and surge. We are Don't Hassle Us, We're Local. We're not a Quad City Sports Talk radio show. We're not the Quad City Sports Talk radio show. We are your Quad City Sports Talk radio show. Welcome to the conversation, Quad Cities. But first, the Dawn.
Hey, it's a great Tuesday, isn't it? Kim Reynolds, I got a big hairy butt. I want you to kiss every inch.
Oh, boy.
You too, JB Pritzker.
2-hour notice, you piece of crap.
Oh, boy. Well,
Anyway,
You heard.
if you haven't heard, Quad Cities, all bars and restaurants are officially closed for the next 2 weeks. Our illustrious
Gyms.
governor gave us a 2-hour notice.
gyms, theaters, mass gatherings.
Anything
Churches-
over 10 people. Well,
Yeah.
I told Lyric that this morning. I was like, we can't do anything with more than 10 people. She goes, that's cool, Mom. I don't even like more than 10 people.
Yeah.
I was like, right on, sister.
Yeah.
My problem isn't necessarily the fact that we did it. It's more the fact of the 2-hour notice.
The 2-hour
Yeah.
notice sucks.
And, and as Jay has so eloquently pointed out to me about we have 99 counties in Iowa.
Mm-hmm.
But I can't say, but a B ain't one. But you ain't one, Kim. Of those counties, we have, how many have?
7 have cases.
7 have cases. Of those 7 counties,
3 of those have more than one.
3 of those have, one of those is Iowa City with 15.
Yeah, the 2 out of those 3 that have more than one have 2
Have 2.
cases.
We have no case yet in Scott County.
None.
Yeah.
Now, listen, again, and thank you all for listening on ESPN 1170 AM. Of course, we'll get to the free agency, Tom Brady news, everything else. But really, the big news right now is that all bars, restaurants, mass gatherings of more than 10 people have shut down. The governor just did that. She had a press conference last night at 4:30.
And at that point, she said we were going to leave these places open.
And just then recommended that schools
Right.
shut down for 4 weeks and that there would be no requirement to make up the school days to get to the 180 days. Well, that being said, it was 2 hours before. We know that today's St. Patrick's Day. Happy St. Patrick's Day, guys.
Happy St. Patrick's Day.
That's great.
Bomb
I
is
call
in
it
here.
Corin Green.
Yeah, well, we know what's happening. They did that. Yeah, so they...
But we're here. So you're distracted. Something else come through, Jay?
Yeah, it's a personal thing. So they anyway, they shut it down. It has a lot to do with St. Patrick's Day because people are going to go to the bars and whatnot. I just
On a
I don't
Tuesday?
know. I get the idea that we are trying to curb it. Okay, I do. So anybody out there on Facebook Live that on the thread on the Harrington's Pub thread that says like, okay, this isn't this is no big, like this is how we curb it. This is how we do these
Contain
things.
it.
Contain
Correct,
it.
right.
I get that, but I make my own choices. I tell my kids, no, we're not going to go do this. I don't go to places. I'm not going anywhere.
Let me throw an example out at you guys, okay? When you go to Wrigley Field, for example, and you visit Chicago,
Yeah.
well, what's the difference between going to Wrigley Field and going to John O'Donnell? Or whatever it's called now. What's the difference?
Between Wrigley Field.
They're playing baseball.
Right.
So you got AAA or single A ball and pro ball. But what's not around you?
People.
Houses on top of houses stacked on top of people. Mm-hmm. You follow what I'm saying? You know how close the houses are together in Chicago.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, you could barely
Yeah.
fit a big giant roll of toilet paper down there. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Like if you're one of those hoarders, you couldn't take a bag of toilet paper down the hall.
They're on
between
top
the
of each
houses. They're on top of each other.
Right.
Here in Iowa, we are not on top of each other.
No.
It's different. We are already in some ways socially distanced in our everyday life, just the way how we are spread apart in our homes.
Yeah, I don't agree with
What applies to New York City? What applies to Chicago? What applies to L.A.? All these doesn't apply here. Much as how when you vote, and what's important in Iowa isn't always important in New York City, or any of these other large cities that I named, or any of these other states that are just full of large cities. or what's good in Iowa doesn't necessarily mean what's good in Italy. Speaking of stacked on top of each other.
Yeah, they're definitely stacked on top of each other.
Okay, so yes, I get it. Is it prevention? Yes, I understand the whole thing in prevention. We deal with it every flu season. Prevention.
Well, and you know, I don't.
Listen, I'm not trying to be insensitive, and maybe
You're not.
maybe
You're not.
I'm a little more affected by it because of how I make my living.
You're
but,
not. People need to pay attention to the numbers, though.
But I don't want to hear some Twitter cop come on here and tell me that he's an expert on any sort of thing about what I should be doing with my life, because I will open hand slap you in the GD face.
Oof.
And I don't give two craps about it. I will slap the holy hell out of you.
Then what he's
Don't tell
referring
me
to,
what I'm going to do, all right?
What he's referring to
I
is
fought for this country so I can go out and do what I want to do.
you're right.
As long as I'm not throwing poop at you, then don't worry about what I'm doing, okay?
not poo.
Oh my God, I'm so
I
mad
know.
right now, you guys. I want to cuss so bad.
It's so frustrating, and it's affecting a lot of people. And now is the time for everybody.
Jay pointed out too, very eloquently, because he's a very smart man.
Yes.
The amount of people that are going to lose their lives due to
Oh my gosh. The economic
anxiety,
the economic
stress, the
anxiety
people that are,
that's going to lead to
suicides,
depression over this. That we're not even that
We're not even thinking about that.
it's going to be much higher than the numbers that we're at right now. The idea that getting updates on our phone, these notifications while we're driving, they haven't shut down Sprint or Verizon or T-Mobile.
Major corporations are not going to shut down.
They
John
have not
Deere's
shut down the banks.
They haven't shut down the banks. What's
Nope.
the need to go to a bank right now?
chair. John Deere's not shut down. Caterpillar's not shut down. All the larger corporations are not shut down. It's all small business. So, me being a conspiracy theorist, I have my theories. I won't say them because I don't want to create uproar on the.
No, they're going to try to
Harrington Cubs.
cripple us.
I think that this is premeditated. I think that there's motivation behind it. That's my opinion.
Well, I can tell you this. This is our one chance. If you're out there listening and you say, all right, well, what do we do to make a difference? What we can do then is slowly but surely, as we elect officials, as we move forward past this, and as you're out there, and it's not just electing officials.
Do you think voting day has something to do with the day that they decide to do this?
Who knows? They're not suspending the vote in Illinois, so apparently they don't worry about that. But what I'm getting at is, take the time from here on out when you're buying a purchase. Mm-hmm. Where was it made?
China.
Where, you know what I'm saying?
Oh, I have my theories. I'm telling you, I have so many.
Maybe it's the point now where we have to stop that.
I have so many.
I mean,
theories.
this crappy thing was assembled in China.
I think it's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Like I was telling you guys this morning.
We have to figure out a way to get it. We have to figure out a way to break all ties with those dirty, rotten
Yeah, we
bastards,
do.
Jay. They are dirty, rotten bastards. I don't care what anybody says. Come at me. If you're trying to tell me the Chinese aren't to blame for this entire thing,
Mm-hmm.
yes, are critical of what some of our politicians are doing to handle it. Yes,
They're in
but
bed with them, though.
they didn't cause it, though.
They're in bed. A lot of our politicians are in bed with China, and this is not an accident.
Dirty, rotten.
This is not an accident.
Dirty, rotten. They hid this thing since November. They're dirty, rotten. They have just the worst. They got their Chinese fed media out there trying to put lies on the interweb. Mm-hmm. On the World Wide Web, WWW.
I can't stand her either. I think she's the most underhanded.
Which one?
Chicago, Kim.
Who?
The Chicago mayor. What's her name?
Oh, I'm talking about Kim Reynolds.
Oh, I was talking about the Chicago mayor.
Yeah, this is Iowa, sweetie.
Sorry. Well, I'm in Illinois, y'all.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay. Why can't you sit there and say to the mayors of the towns, your call? Why can't you do that?
Because there's underlying motives, and they don't have the power. The federal government has the power to do whatever they want.
I'm curious if
And they're
anybody's out there
flexing
can
right
call
now.
in. Who's going to be out enforcing these laws? Are the police going to have to go out and enforce these?
That's the questions that you have to ask. This is what I'm telling you guys. If the local government doesn't have a say, there's a reason for that. Why? You have to keep asking why. Question all of this all of the time, because you're going to get so far down the rabbit hole, and you're going to start to be like, Bomber, you know what? You made sense. The federal government is doing things in states that they have no idea what's going on or how people live or anything.
Isn't
like
this
that.
overstepping your
Constitutional rights?
Yes.
100%.
by telling you that you can't do these things, you can't be places, you can't go wherever else? Like, isn't that? And I know yesterday, T-Row, you said someone.
But then they're going to say the argument is you're infringing on someone else's rights because you're getting them sick. I'm not sick.
Right, but they say it's asymptomatic now. Did you hear that on today? I heard the last thing I heard was it's asymptomatic, means that you have no symptoms, so you can be a carrier. It's all BS. They make it up as they go along to validate the moves that they're making.
To validate the freedoms they take.
Exactly. And then they're talking about martial law now. Now, if that happens, all of our constitutional rights are gone.
Martial, not Marshall Mathers law.
Right.
Let's get the news on that instead of how we're spelling things.
That's that high school education shining through for me.
Yeah.
But you guys, one of my favorite follows on Twitter is Tim Kennedy, and former military dude, and he pretty much nailed it here. It's like, and now it's probably deleted because, of course, Twitter deletes anything that's not from a Democrat. Good Lord. Yeah, it's gone. It was right there. It was the last thing I was looking at my feed, and now it's gone. So if you can't tell me that those people are dirty-handed, rotten SOBs, where's it at? Oh, hey, it's not gone. All right, so him, very good point here. He's all about self-quarantine, also about the health and safety of fellow citizens. The fear of the unknown. He says, I'm not for that. I'm not for the fear of the unknown. I'm also not for overreaching government control. Doesn't take much until there's a gold star sewn onto a jacket. You're allowing the government to overextend their bounds.
Yep, Chip said just now.
I mean,
this is all part of a bigger picture to see how much the American people will tolerate. And I just made a post the other day, and I said, you know what scares me the most about all of this? It's not the virus. It's because I've looked at the numbers, and science is a thing. The thing that scares me the most is how quickly we are willing to give up our freedoms just to comply with the government. Like, they're not on our side. They're never going to be. They never have been.
Well, I just don't understand what am I scared of right now? There's not a case anywhere close to
We don't know yet. So, I mean, let's sit around and find out.
They say we don't know yet, but I'm telling you, they don't.
5 in Johnson County. 15 in Johnson County.
Well, that's not close to me, Jay. That's 45 minutes away.
Well, yeah.
And I'm not going to Johnson County.
More than 6 feet away.
Yeah. But now they're talking about in
3 of those, or 4 of those, were from a group that went to Egypt.
Right, but they don't report the survivors, or they don't report the people that go in and they have a cough.
That doesn't sell papers.
They don't exactly. So the fear it's fear mongering.
How are they going to fire their sports department?
What do we have now? We have.
So that's all they're doing. They fire the sports guys.
In the United States, we have 95 deaths and 4,850 cases reported.
Confirmed,
right?
Yeah.
Confirmed.
So do the math.
It's at 1.95%.
Okay, but then, like I told you this morning, 145 people died last year falling out of their bed. So we have more deaths of people falling out of their bed so far than we do from this.
That's the thing I'm saying. What you don't get is the economic anxiety that's going to cripple people psychologically. That it's going to destroy home people. As much as we were in here yesterday and we had, and thanks to the Park sister coming in, we talked to them off the air a little bit. I said, what do you guys think? You're high schoolers. What are you learning? What are you thinking? And I think, I don't know how much the economic impact is going to be compared to the Great Depression, as I do believe the domestic impact will be.
Scary. That's what scares me, is these kids that their only escape is school, and now they're stuck at home with these parents that don't take care of them, maybe have drug addictions or maybe are abusive. They don't have anywhere to go.
Well, I think we're talking about a very small amount there, and I'm not trying to I'm not trying to minimize it. I'm not trying to say that we shouldn't care.
You think so? It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter how small the amount. Those are helpless people that are being trapped with their abusers right now. And then they're talking about the 14-day quarantine where we can't leave our house. That's next. That's what Italy did, and that's what they're talking about doing right now.
We're not Italy, though.
No, they've already discussed it. You can look it up right now. You can Google this. They're discussing doing this where you are not allowed to leave your home. And if you do, like our J.B. Pritzker, he threatened martial law. He threatened to bring in armed forces to make sure that we do what they say. Now, that's scary to me. That's scarier than any virus to me.
Well, I got news for anybody out there that's in the National Guard. I was in the Marine Corps, and I guarantee I'm a better shot than you. Guarantee it. Qualified every year. Put a round through a flea's ass at 200 meters.
That's right. I was like, I'm going to go down because I'm going to leave my house and I'm going to dress like Cousin Eddie. And if they arrest me, I'm going to go down as an American hero fighting for my freedom.
You're going Cousin Eddie.
Cousin Eddie. Well,
no, this isn't good.
You have to make light of the situation or we'll go crazy, guys.
It's 2 weeks of this. I mean,
2 weeks. This is ridiculous.
2
Jay.
weeks?
This is ridiculous.
I was a stay-at-home mom for 5 years. This is where I thrive. This is where I shine. But this is not where everybody shines. And all kids aren't safe, and all spouses aren't safe, and getting out of the home was their only escape. It's scary all around when you think about being forcibly stuck somewhere without the option to escape. That's scary to me. That's unconstitutional, like you said, Jay.
So what are the I mean, again, and we'll, before we go to break and come back and we'll do our sports. We've got the NCAA bracket got simulated in the first round that we get to see how our picks went. We get to talk about NFL free agency and the craziness going on, especially with Tom Brady. And just look at some of the other things, like where the future might go for MLB. I worry about the River Bandits quite a bit. You can't go through what they did last year and then this also.
Back-to-back years.
Back-to-back.
Yeah.
But good thing we're getting that playground
What playground?
versus a flood wall. I mean, that'll help.
Let's.
everybody.
Do you want to? I mean, do you want to step into the world of like just governments and all? If you don't think that thing is one big giant food truck park, and it's gonna kill the brick and mortar down there, you're out. I mean, that's what it is. That bridge to nowhere is going to lead to a food truck park. Yeah, a big giant playground that people are going to travel from all over, Bomber, to come to Davenport. People will come, Ray. They'll come from all... Hi, Hazel.
Yeah, right? I feel
Tell
you,
'em, Hazel.
sister. You tell them.
Hey, what do you think? No school for 4 weeks. Is that good?
If she doesn't look like the poster child for St. Patrick's Day, I don't know
She's
who
a
does.
leprechaun. All right, leprechaun.
She's adorable.
Well, it is St. Patrick's Day, and enjoy at home, folks.
Yeah.
You have corned beef, you said, in the crock pot at home. We're going to make milkshakes with green dye in it at home.
I got all kinds of corned beef at the house now.
Yeah, you
yeah,
do,
I got it
don't
in the
you?
crock pot right now. I bought
was gonna-
chemistry sets for the kids.
When they give you a 2-hour notice and you have to cook it off for 12 hours,
Yeah.
12? I have it on high. Does that mean 6?
No,
you just ruined your corned beef.
I don't care. It's delicious either way.
No, you
Okay,
just
I'm not
tried it
Irish,
out.
I'm
You-
Belgian.
you-
I
you
don't know
cooked your corned
anything.
beef on high?
Well, I do it for the first
Leah.
2. Oh, good lord.
Leah.
For 2 hours.
No.
And then I turn it down to low for the last, 3.
No, 12 hours on low.
I'm sorry to
You
disappoint.
know, and Eddie said
I'm
it
not
right
Irish.
now. As hard it is, whichever side of politics
still
you
eat it.
fall, and this is, I feel strongly about this too.
Both sides screwed it up.
Just forget it. Treat thy neighbor better. Look out for each other, especially the kids and our elders. I agree.
Yeah.
I tell you what. So what are they going to do? Legitimately, what are they going to do? Oh, and Israel said it doesn't matter. I don't care. Democrat, Republican, anybody can get blamed for this. I don't care. I'm not falling either way. That's not what I'm here to do.
What was
And
he
you can
saying?
and you can. He just said just
I'm
sick of
setting
the
him straight. Don't worry about it.
Just sick of the Democrats
I'm
being
on it.
blamed for everything. I don't care about that.
The entire government
Can
is to blame.
so
Don't blame one
someone's gonna
side.
poke their head in my backyard and tell me
No,
that I have
I-
to go inside. I can't play catch with my kids.
Yeah, that's
Kim
what they're
Reynolds
gonna.
isn't
That's
a
what they're gonna say.
Democrat. I'm blaming Kim Reynolds right now. I'm
That's what
blaming
they're
That's
trying to
true.
say.
You did from the very beginning. You said
Well,
Ken
and
Reynolds.
when you think about it, though, Democrats are the ones that are pushing against constitutional rights more than Republicans. They're the ones that are talking about we don't need this kind of gun, we don't need this kind of gun. They're the ones talking about raising taxes and giving illegal immigrants more rights and freedoms than actual citizens have. So when you really go down to brass tacks, you're going to see that the Democrats are more anti-American than the conservatives, and that's just factual. If you look up if you look up what they're pushing and what they're not pushing.
Here's the deal. I'm asking you: are they going to tell me to not play catch in my own backyard?
Yes, that's coming.
That doesn't work that way.
It does work that way. They can do whatever they want. They do martial
No, they
law.
can't.
No, they can't if we fight back. But how many people are going to fight back? You don't think they can handle the patriots that are going to actually not comply? That's easy. Throw them in the back of a
How-
truck and take them to jail.
How many guys out there that right now they're on the police force or whatever to feel the same way we do, and they're not going to fight us?
Yeah, they are. They'll lose their jobs. They're going to be threatened to take away their livelihoods. This is the government. The federal government has more control over us than I've ever realized in my life. Right now, through going through all of this, they already own us. It's not they're gonna, or if we let them, everybody will let them because we live in fear. We live in fear of prison. We live in fear.
What are they going to do come November then?
This is.
The
I
election.
think this is all part of it. We're going to see what the motives are behind all of this. It's going to come to
Somebody's got to
fruition.
get voted in.
It's going to come to fruition sooner or later. Just keep paying
I tell
attention.
you what, this thing will be lifted before the vote. All this stuff will
you
be lifted
hope
before.
so. You
One
hope
shot,
so.
one kill.
I'm going to be with Tyler Drever. Said I'll be at Norton Field, Kiwanis Park, also hitting BP with my boys every day.
Good for you, and that's what I recommend. You stand up for your freedoms, and you do what you
do. What do you? Okay, what are the suggestions out there? I mean, I get it, and I smile and I laugh, and yes, everybody, I'm glad that now you're teaching life skills to your kids finally because you have them for 4 weeks. I think that's great that you've gone on social media and be like, now I'm going to teach my kid to balance a checkbook and clean and change their oil. Good
Who
for
writes
you.
checks?
Good for you. Good for you that
At
you're
least the
going to do.
penguins are out there getting laid.
Yeah, free reign.
You haven't seen that?
No.
Shed Aquarium, the penguins are just running around. It's their mating season, so they let them loose.
Oh, okay.
Throughout the aquarium.
Having a good time.
Oh, yeah. They're walking around checking out other exhibits.
It's
great, actually. It's great.
Did they have a camera on that?
Yeah.
Oh. Yeah.
I don't know. I don't want to make it political because I think on this end of it, Leah, whether it's Democrat or Republican, they've both screwed up.
Absolutely. The government sucks. All of them.
And you know, like I said, this thing with Reynolds, a 2-hour notice is unacceptable. Unacceptable. I mean, I think Pritzker overreacted. It's more of a pandemic in Chicago than it is in Rock Island. I'm sorry,
but they're puppets.
Compare the two counties.
They're being told what to do. Quit giving them credit for making these decisions themselves. They're not making these decisions.
Well, that's the question. Who's telling them?
The federal government. The federal government is telling them what to do, and they're complying because if they don't, they're in trouble.
Pritzker was making calls well before the federal government was doing it.
Bullsh.
I'm telling you, he made more calls before the
Pritzker's
federal government.
a puppet, just like Obama was when he was in. Give me a break.
Pritzker's a big fathead, but I mean, he looks like a puppet. Too.
They're all puppets.
All right, well.
Anyways.
15 years ago today, Rafael Palmeiro categorically denied using steroids in a congressional hearing.
He a lie.
Alongside fellow MLB sluggers Sammy Sosa, Mark McGwire, and Jose Canseco.
He a lie and he a lie.
He said,
he a lie.
Let me start by telling you this. I have never used steroids, period.
He a lie.
I don't know how to say it any more clearly than that.
Who said
never.
that?
Rafael Palmeiro. 6 weeks later, Rafael Palmeiro tested positive for Stanzola. And although he claimed the results were due to a tainted B12 vitamin injection, his fate was sealed. That was 15 years ago in Congress. When we come back, we're going to take a look at the simulation of the NCAA tournament. Let's see how we did on our predictions. Like I said, Axios Sports is going to let every day a different... they let round one go overnight, and then they did the simulation. You can go to CBS Sports. They did a simulation. They went through the whole thing. It's not quite as fun. This one, at least, they're doing it once a day, and we get a look at our picks. Plus, we get a look at the NFL free agency, what happened, where the Tom Brady watch is now, because it's really, it has taken a turn this morning when he broke the internet. So we get to look at that also. So all kinds of stuff that we'll take a look at and talk more about. How Jade wants to be in the backyard playing catch and doesn't want someone to tell him not to do that. Yeah, I'm still going to keep coming here until they tell me they shut this down. That's what I say.
Right on.
Okay. What do you got for me? Read something.
All right. Done Right TV and Security Solutions is proud to be your Dish premier local retailer. Use Dish's voice remote to search live TV, over 80,000 on-demand titles, and Netflix at the same time. Done Right has all the products you need to turn your home into a smart home. Not only do they have state-of-the-art products, they even have their own installation experts for TV mounts, wireless networks, home theaters, security systems, and more. Call 866-84-RIGHT today to get the package that is right for you. Netflix streaming membership required. Voice remote requires internet-connected Hopper. Restrictions do apply. Once again, that's Done Right TV and Security Solutions, 866-84-RIGHT.
Disclaimer, Pat Milicic. You're listening to Don't Hassle Us. We're local.
ESPN 1170 AM.
So you're what they call an industrial athlete. But this ain't no gym. You're working hard. Do you got the right tools to get the job done? Would you play football and roller skates? I don't think so. So if your gear is beat up, tore up, all around mucked up, come on in and boot up at Quad City Safety, 5311 Tremont Avenue, Davenport. Or check us out at quadcitysafety.com.
Sensitivity, understanding, and a tradition of kindness and caring. It's so important when a family loses a loved one. Call on us, Wheelan Presley Funeral Homes and Crematory, for all your service needs. You have our single-minded attention to every detail. With a range of choices and services available, our professionalism, and our deepest sympathy. Wheelan Presley Funeral Homes and Crematory, Rock Island, Milan, Reynolds, and the Knox Chapel.
Draft Day Sports Lounge is the sports bar in the Quad Cities. Located inside Rhythm City Casino Resort, Draft Day offers top-notch sports viewing with over 29 screens, including 15 85-inch TVs and a 360-degree projection TV. Every seat in the house is the best. Make your bets on the games with the Elite Sportsbook, Iowa's preferred sportsbook. The beer is cold and the food delicious. Visit RhythmCityCasino.com for menus and specials. Draft Day Sports Lounge inside Rhythm City.
At Casey's, we're here for traditions like game night or movie night, and for making them a little more special with a tradition of our own. Casey's Classic Taco Pizza, made fresh with delicious, high-quality ingredients and baked right in our store. And every day this month, you can get a large taco pizza for just $13.99. So order a taco pizza from Casey's and make your tradition more special, even if it's just a last-minute dinner. Casey's, here for traditions, here for good. Restrictions apply. See store for details.
Golick and Wingo for breakfast. Don't hassle us, we're local for lunch. Fill up on sports with a Quad City sports leader. ESPN 1170 AM.
Escúchame, it is Dan Levatation, ESPN Radio.
It is funny to have a coach say, no, I didn't mean to call them thugs. I meant to call them slugs. And I just want to officially parse the dumbest possible way we could ever discuss race in sports. Did the old guy mean slugs or thugs? If he meant thugs, racist. If he meant slugs, just good coaching. Maybe he's just old and made a verbal mistake because they fly around a lot and he's old. It is a great defense, though. It really is, because I believe him. I believe that he meant to say slugs.
I mean, it's really the only defense you can go to, right?
Racist!
I'm old. I meant to say slugs.
No, slugs! I'm just old and doddering. I'm not racist. Just old.
The Dan Lebatard Show, 9 till noon on the Quad City sports leader, ESPN 1170 AM.
Take a look under your bed. Find stuff under there? What about jobs? No? Now try your basement. There's a pair of overalls that overall you're not so into anymore. A perfectly good laptop that hasn't sat in your lap in months. And even more stuff, but still no jobs? Well, you really have both. See, stuff is defined as household articles considered as a group. Sometimes this stuff is no longer needed. Wait, no longer needed? That can't be right. Because remember those jobs you were looking for? Those are really needed, and they're the stuff inside your stuff. Even inside that winter coat that moved with you to Phoenix. Our job is to unlock those jobs, and it starts when you donate your stuff to your local Goodwill. Here's how we do it. When you donate to Goodwill, we sell your stuff to provide job training for people right here in your community. So just by teaming up with Goodwill, you help create jobs. And isn't that worth parting with the leftover keytar from your 80s cover band? Goodwill. Donate stuff, create jobs. Find your nearest donation center at goodwill.org. A message from Goodwill and the Ad Council.
Welcome back to ESPN 1170. Hey, it may be closed, guys, but remember, there's local businesses that are still open that you can still do carry out, and they probably, if you do enough looking into, they will. You can get Uber Eats and everything else.
Yeah, we're gonna advance pizza and more. I already know. Mark is working on a plan for the Quad Cities on what we're gonna be able to do and deliver and whatnot out of there. So give us a day. Like I said, the news is pretty fresh. We've already had some plans kind of working in the back of our minds on what we were going to do. But we will be open for delivery and carry out.
And things like, sponsor of our show, friend of the show, Bayside Bistro, they'll still be able to do carry out as well. And that's the type of thing. If you have dietary necessity things that you need, like gluten-free or plant-based diet menu options that you're looking for, Bayside Bistro has those things, including things like the roasted beet and green bean salad. go ahead and check them out on Facebook. You can look at the recommendations, and you can get the food to go from Bayside Bistro. But they're our friends. They've been on the show. They're locally owned, and these are the type of things we need to be paying attention to because we've got to find a way to keep these locally owned businesses open. All right, and so
yeah, absolutely.
And we got to figure out what we're gonna. Bomber had the right idea, the Mac Madness thing.
Yeah.
Maybe we need to find a local place and see how many we can stuff of something in our faces.
So we need their help because we talked about doing the Big Mac eating contest, Troy and I. And after I talked to Jay about this morning, we both agreed that with all this going on, I think that we should support a local business rather than a major corporation, and pick maybe a different food. It could still be burgers or tacos or whatever, but we can do the takeout or carry out with that. So we need some recommendations.
I'm with you, fellers.
You with us? So we need some recommendations of some local restaurants that you think are going to get hit probably the hardest with this, so we can buy from there and do our.
Well, first you got to start with places that don't have delivery, and then work your way down. But I'm sure everybody's going to try to do carry out, but at the same time,
hey,
it's tough to staff your kitchen for carry out. You follow me?
Yeah.
When you don't know how much you're going to get, you don't know what
well,
you're
getting. Well, I would call ahead.
Is it better just to shut down as a restaurant and take the lumps rather than I am paying somebody to be there and taking lumps at the same time?
It's always better to call ahead.
We'll find out who's doing
Rudy's.
what.
They're not going to really.
What?
Somebody said Rudy's. I'm thinking about mom and pop shops. Family
Rudy's is locally owned. They have tacos.
What about
you're right. That's true.
Gonzo's?
Tell you what, my guy likes Sancho's a lot.
We have Koya's in Illinois.
All right, let's do Sancho's. Here's the deal. What's wrong, kid?
What's the matter? She wants her snack, I think.
This.
Oh.
Words.
I get like that when I want a snack too.
All right. How many Sanchos do you think you can eat?
What's a Sancho? What is a Sancho?
Know what a Sancho is.
All right, it's basically seasoned beef, cheese, lettuce, tomato, all rolled on a 10-inch tortilla. And then you can put melted cheese on top of it, or you can have it plain on top.
Soft tortilla or corn tortilla?
Soft tortilla.
I don't like soft tortillas. We're going to have a problem.
Well, then I'm sorry. It's like a burrito, but it's a Sancho. It's like that.
You know what, though? I think I would do it. Just to do it.
No.
I can muster through it.
I know I can eat 2.
I know I can eat my weight in most things, so.
I ate 2 the other day just for gigs.
Yes, just because I could.
Just for yits and
Why
gigs.
not? You had to come up with Sancho. It can't be a taco. I mean, because
because that's their signature item is a Sancho.
Oh.
And they are a dine-in plate.
How big are they?
Like 10
inches.
Leah, for
Pay
God's
attention.
sakes, man.
Okay.
I'm over here spelling it out for you. Here, do you want me to draw a picture of one?
Will you please?
Right here, Leah.
Yeah, let me see.
Okay.
Is it 10 inches like your hand was 10 inches?
My hand is 10 inches. Oh, it's long. My hand's longer than 10 inches. It's like that.
Okay, so how many do we get a piece? 2, 3?
And it's that big around, Leah.
I could eat one of those, no problem.
1.
I could eat 1, no problem, I said.
I put 2 down the other day.
2?
I think I can do 4.
If you can do 4, I can do 4. I won't stop until I do it.
Just don't throw up on me.
I'm going to open up my thing here that I usually have in front of me for our girl Tori at Thick Kitchen. Because it's the other thing. Birthday parties are still going to happen, right? Well, I mean, maybe in the house. But if you want a cake,
Tori still do her business?
She
with
can
that?
do. Well, she has a job. She's a private chef or a corporate chef, but she has the other thing on the side. So yeah, she's gonna. If you need a cake or anything like that, and while you're inside doing nothing, you have to plan for graduation parties for those kids that are going to be graduating still. Get a graduation cake from her. Wedding cake. Start planning your wedding.
Just pretend we're getting married again.
That's why I
For
feel
all
so
those
bad
babies
for
that are
her.
going to be made in 9 months when you have your shotgun wedding, get a cake.
Not from me.
Not from me.
Not from me.
Nope.
Oh man.
No.
Do you realize that if where my wife works, if they get if right now if at 12:37 someone gets found to has the thing there or whatever
The thing in the thing?
the coronavirus, she's quarantined to work for the next
the
2
place.
weeks. She's stuck at work for 2 weeks. She can't leave. No
Okay,
one can
that's
leave.
unconstitutional too.
I don't know.
We need to start questioning our rights and why we aren't standing up for them.
I don't know. Can I stop? Can I finish the promo for Thick Kitchen while we?
All right,
do
I
that?
guess.
Oh, all right.
We had
we were in the
Tori
middle
on
of it.
last week. No, I just was saying, that
Sorry.
she if you're having a birthday party or a celebration, a wedding, graduation, you need to get a hold of Tori and check out her specialty cakes across the board at Stick Kitchen, THICC Kitchen, on her Facebook, Instagram, Pinterest. You can look at some of the creations that she has there and get more information about private events and whatnot. Or contact her at 309-948-3140. Go to, like I said, go to the social pages. Because it's time to start planning for all that stuff. All right. Yesterday, we looked at our friends from Axios Sports. They looked at the brackets that ESPN Joe Lunardi made his final projected bracket of how they would, and they put it in a simulation engine. Every day, Axios Sports is going to be giving out another round of what the simulation went as. We, yesterday, picked our NCAA tournament bracket based on what he had. T.U., are you ready for the results? Get your highlighter out. Yep. He's busy.
He's parenting.
Yeah, look at that guy go.
I know, it's adorable.
Oh, I had my highlighter out.
It's adorable.
First round at the top of the bracket. Kansas beat Siena.
I had that right. Ooh, give me that other highlight.
All right, give it here, Bear.
We're having a blast.
As far as the simulation went, Kansas beat Siena 84-57, probably also covering spread. Marquette upset Houston 9-8. I had Marquette, you had Houston. They had Auburn, the 5 seed, beating Liberty 69-56. Hazel. Mm-hmm. In an upset, North Texas beat Wisconsin.
All right,
okay.
We had Kansas
beat Siena, yep.
Houston?
Nope, Marquette.
And North Texas beat Wisconsin?
Yeah, Auburn beat Liberty, and then North Texas beat Wisconsin 80-78 in the simulated game.
All right.
Then Iowa went to overtime against Tennessee State and won 78-76. Luka Garza, who, by the way, was just named ESPN's National Player of the Year, had 19 points, 10 rebounds. 19 points at this simulation. Get out of here. Yeah. He'd have 26 easily. All right. So let's add 7 more. So basically, they beat him by more than 85-76 in my world. Duke beats Belmont.
Mm-hmm.
And I had an Arizona State beats Providence. That's right. And Kentucky beat North Dakota State 80-48.
Okay.
Okay, moving on to the other side.
Yeah.
Gonzaga.
Yeah.
Beat North Central. 91-54. LSU beat Oklahoma. 73-72 in overtime. Yale upsets Michigan 76-75. There's your 12-5 upseed according to the simulation. Oregon beats New Mexico State.
I love her.
84-71.
Oregon wins, okay.
Yeah, Indiana beats BYU.
Yep.
I had that one as well.
Take that.
Seton Hall beats Eastern Washington.
Yay.
I had that. And Texas Tech over Arizona. Yep. I did not have that one.
I had that.
And San Diego State beats UC Irvine.
Right, only this Yale garbage is the only problem I see.
So I have 2 on both sides there. Now the bottom side of
I lost 3 on the other side.
All right, the bottom side.
Okay.
Dayton over Boston University.
Okay.
83-57, just works them. Then Florida over Colorado 75-70.
Yeah.
Looking good so far. Here's one for you. Richmond over Butler.
Did you call that?
I did call the 12-5 upset. Maryland over Akron 88-62.
Okay.
Penn State 74, UCLA 69. Penn State beats UCLA. It's my first loss on that side of the bracket. Villanova over Hofstra. West Virginia over Utah State. And Florida State over Northern Kentucky. So the only one I got was the UCLA. I had 11-6 upset. It didn't come
I
through.
lost Butler. That's it.
Baylor over Winthrop.
Okay.
Rutgers beats St. Mary's 77-69.
Okay.
I did not have that one. Ohio State beats Stephen F. Austin. That's good. Vermont beats Louisville.
What?
Yep. 75-71.
Oh, no.
I know.
Whoa. That's not good for me. Okay.
Cincinnati takes down Virginia.
Really?
Cincinnati.
Michigan State beats Bradley.
Me, Virginia.
I'm doing terrible over here. We did have, both of us had Illinois winning, so did they. Illinois beat USC.
I missed all those guys.
And then Creighton beats Little Rock. And that is the first round, and so tomorrow will be, and then
now there's
tomorrow
another
will be
one
16.
going on that must be pretty similar.
Yeah, that was CBS Sports.
And they did have Iowa beating Duke in the next round.
I believe that was a CBS Sports one that we had. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. In the simulation.
Okay.
Well, it must have been a different one because I said Iowa's. Yeah.
Duke's nothing to scoff at.
Unless maybe well, I don't know what simulation this is, but yeah, I saw it too. They beat them.
They had the same as Iowa's a 6, Duke is a 3, so I had to use these brackets and then do it.
But I don't know who did the simulation. Well, the brackets come from ESPN's Joe Lunardi. This was his final projected bracket. Crazy day yesterday. It started with the trade that we talked about on the air. David Johnson headed to the Texans for DeAndre Hopkins.
And the thing I liked about it is like most people saying that if that was a trade in fantasy football, you would have vetoed it.
Okay.
And you're right. He's
fair.
absolutely right. I might have been Raz that said it. I can't remember.
I like how.
Of course you vetoed that trade.
Mm-hmm. It's the Texans got an F. According to grades, if you grade the trade, Texans took an F and the Cardinals got an A+.
Of course they did. That was a great trade.
Patrick Walker of CBSSports.com said it's virtually impossible to fathom a scenario wherein a team would trade arguably the best wide receiver in the league, third best at worst, in exchange for a running back. Now let's take it a step further and note the running back in question was demoted in 2019 and who is far from guaranteed to return to his prime form simply because he's in a new locale. But wait, there's more. The Texans are also taking on the entire brunt of Johnson's contract to the tune of a combined $20 million cap hit over the next 2 seasons.
$20 million.
That's it?
Despite Johnson having only 1,000-yard season under his belt in 5 tries.
That's the thing. We're sitting here talking about all this money we're all going to lose, and these guys are still signing multi-million-dollar contracts.
Well, how about the government bailout for the banks, man? Trillions of dollars.
The banks aren't closed, though. You know,
no, isn't that
force them
weird?
To go close.
How weird.
Shock.
All these people are being forced into homelessness, and maybe if they don't do any kind of like a stimulus package.
Leonid's job is to keep just bringing this back to the show.
Well, yeah.
I love it.
It's what's affecting everybody, and that's what matters.
To piggyback what you said about the fantasy, this author goes on to say that it wouldn't fly in fantasy football or in Madden. The computer would turn it down. But he said Bill O'Brien's out there just letting it rip. Stephon Diggs got traded. The Bills got Stephon Diggs and a 2020 7th-round pick. The Vikings got a 2020 first-round pick, which is the 22nd overall.
Yeah.
Sorry, Jay, you've been upstaged.
It's all right.
By a toddler.
Oh.
Look at this. The piggy looks just like Daddy.
That's perfect.
Oh, that's nice.
You are such a good artist.
I know. I just like them perfect.
You are so good at it.
You like them perfect? Mm-hmm. All right. Should we do another one?
No.
Oh my God, my uterus. Make it stop.
Do you want to watch your show?
Like I said, the Bills got Stephon Diggs and a 2020 7th-round pick. The Vikings get a 2020 first-round pick, which is the 22nd overall, 2020 5th-round pick, the 2020 6th-round pick, and a 2021 4th-round. So Stephon Diggs is headed to Buffalo, where he'll be giving Josh Allen a true number 1 target to work with.
By the way, Buffalo's going to be really good. Mark my words.
Buffalo, Newark?
They need a running back still, don't they?
Singletary.
Yeah, I wouldn't. Don't leave out Melvin Gordon going there.
I'm not, but they could get Jonathan, the guy from Wisconsin.
Jonathan Taylor Thomas.
Oh yeah.
So Jonathan Taylor, is that right?
Well, the Bills can't do that. They don't have a first-round pick anymore.
Is it? If it is, I'm gonna laugh.
He might go to the second round.
What's his last name?
It is Jonathan Taylor, I think.
I said Jonathan Taylor Thomas. Okay, see, you guys, I'm psychic. There's something about me. I'm telling you right now.
It has a unicorn on it.
That's pretty awesome, kid.
A stamp unicorn.
That's amazing.
Well, there we go. They have stamp unicorns.
The other thing is that, they already had a pretty good receiver in the first-year receiver, John Brown, right? So now Buffalo's got more explosive.
Right.
So, other things that happened, the Ravens traded Hayden Hurst to the Falcons. The Colts traded the 13th overall pick this year's draft to the 49ers in exchange for a defensive tackle DeForest Buckner. And then you have the NFL free agency begin.
Hey!
Amari Cooper signed a 5-year, $100 million deal.
With the
Cowboys. Jamie Collins agreed to a 3-year deal, $30 million deal with the Lions.
By the way, did you see Byron?
Yep.
Byron Jones.
Byron Jones got 5 years, $82.5 million from the Dolphins.
Highest paid quarterback in the league.
Yep.
Wow.
That is, and by the way, Dallas, that was a very good move. He's not the best cornerback in the league.
Wow.
He's a good player.
The
Well,
Raiders,
he's got a better agent than
the Raiders have agreed to a deal with Marcus Mariota.
The Raiders?
The Raiders.
The Raiders. I call them the Felons.
The Bears get Jimmy Graham on a 2-year, $16 million agreement.
Yeah, that.
I don't
Jimmy
know
Graham
about
hasn't helped
that.
anybody
$8 million.
in about 10 years.
I mean,
don't
I
know.
thought he was going to retire.
He got cut. I don't know. And now, did Teddy Two Gloves sign with Carolina?
Now he's in negotiations with Carolina. Yesterday the talk was Chicago, right? Now he's now it's in Carolina, and then the Carolina has agreed to let Cam Newton negotiate his own trade. So let's see. But yes, Bridgewater Panthers are working on a deal. It will be in the range of $60 million over 3 years, according to ESPN.
What happened?
The Bridgewater and the Panthers are working on a deal.
It is all right. So the Bears are out now on the
guess so.
Bridgewater deal.
Yeah.
Oh, that happened quick. It was just announced, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Sheesh.
And this morning, Tom Brady announced that he's no longer going to be a Patriot.
I call BS so far.
You do?
I do.
You think he's still going back?
I think he's still going back. I think it's all for publicity. I think it's all for the show. I think it's all to get more money. That's what I think. Serge, you're shaking your head at me. It's okay.
He
This is what I
announced.
He's going to the Bears.
Yeah, right.
He announced that
Now
he'll
they
leave.
can't have Teddy. Oh, what is this?
He's not going to a losing team.
That's
Oh, Leah.
Magic Bullet. Hello. Serge loves me. He knows quarantine's going to be a long and trying
That looks
time.
too big.
Tom Brady wrote. Tom Brady wrote to all my teammates, coaches, executives, and staff, Coach Belichick, and the Kraft family, Robert Kraft, and the entire organization. I want to say thank you for the past 20 years of my life. The daily commitment to winning and creating winning culture built on great values. He went on to write that he's grateful for all you've taught me. I have learned from everyone. You all have allowed me to maximize my potential, and that is all a player can ever hope for. Everything we have accomplished brings me great joy, and the lessons I have learned will carry on with me forever. I couldn't be the man I am today without the relationships you have allowed me to build with you. I have benefited from all you have given me. I cherished every opportunity I had to be a part of our team. So he went on to say things about how he's a lifelong patriot and a California kid who, you know.
Who, Brady?
Yeah.
Nobody cares.
You know. So.
Shut your mouth. Oh, my God.
So let's see if the Patriots are out. The
Troy
Titans
is
are out.
doing naughty things over here.
Raiders out. 49ers said they were out. But the Chargers are still there. Buccaneers are still there.
Yes.
Colts?
I'm calling the Buccaneers. I've been calling the Buccaneers all year. I'll just DJ from over here, guys.
You just do what?
Whatever I'm doing.
If the chairs didn't roll, it would be safer.
So what is it now for the Bears, Serge? Are they moving on from Mitchell Trubisky, or is it Red Rocket time?
Oh, jeez.
Well, they're certainly not filling his head full of confidence.
No, not by doing
right?
this. No, not by.
This is not.
It's nothing that he probably doesn't already know.
I get it, but like if Sergi, if you go into the year with him, it's like you haven't like said, "Hey, Mitch, love you," you know, which I'm sure he. Yeah, you're right. He knows, but man.
Brad's just saying the Colts just signed Phillip Rivers.
Ooh, well, then that just happened.
We're finalizing a deal, yeah. And the Bears signed Robert Quinn.
Take that, Kim.
Robert
Reynolds.
Quinn from Dallas.
He's good. He's
The
a
Bears just signed
defensive
him?
edge rusher. Yeah, they couldn't afford him with all the stuff they had going on, but they're going to be getting a lot of stuff in the draft now. Curious. They're definitely going to need help at safety and corner.
Yeah. Well.
And I wouldn't be surprised if they draft another wide receiver.
Newton is unhappy. Okay. Well, at least a lot of things.
Cam Newton's going somewhere, boys.
Yeah, where?
Not
Who's
the
on the outside?
Kardashians.
Who's looking out? Who's out
Ba-dum-bum.
outside looking in now?
Well,
Where's
I mean,
Jameis going to end
remember
up?
we talked about Cam Newton to the Bears a long time ago. I think that's still an option.
He can negotiate that trade.
Well, that's probably a go if they're signing Teddy Two Gloves. Something's going on with Cam.
Ooh, I like that in Chicago.
Where else does Cam go? All right.
Someone's on the outside looking at
Possibility of the Chargers. What if the Brady doesn't? If
He'd
Brady
be
doesn't
good
go
in
to the Chargers,
they need him. Chargers need somebody.
if Brady doesn't go to the Chargers, it depends on where Brady falls, and then Cam's going to go to the other one between the Bucks and the Chargers. I think Brady's going to the Bucks.
And where does Jameis end up?
Jameis is a backup. Jameis is not going to be a starter in this league this coming year.
Who did the Bears just sign? They just signed
Who's
somebody.
gonna be a quarterback in the Patriots?
A rookie.
Didn't the Bears just
Andy
sign
Dalton,
a quarterback?
maybe.
Who is
Yeah,
it?
Red Rocket could go somewhere like
Bears
that.
haven't got anybody.
I thought they just
Dalton
signed
could still
somebody.
No, they didn't.
No, they tried. They
were talking to Teddy Two
Two Gloves yesterday, but he's going to Panthers now. So
Oh.
Bears might be just stuck with old Mitchell. Bomber, you ready to read something? And then we'll take a
Sure.
break because we got 10 minutes left in this hour, and then we'll come back and we got to catch up with Serge.
All right.
Got the day off.
Yeah.
I miss him.
Yeah. For nearly 12 years, Pines has been providing the Quad Cities and Troy with some of the best beer, drinks, and good times around. Join them Monday through Friday for happy hour 3 to 6 and enjoy complimentary Vans Pizza at 5 p.m. Stop in any day of the week for one of their daily specials. Pints, 5268 Utica Ridge Road in Davenport.
This is Bobby Metcalf from the Quad City Times, and you are listening to Don't Hassle Us, We're Local.
ESPN 1170 AM.
Don't settle for the aggravation of sunken concrete around your home or business. Call Top Notch Mudjacking to fix your uneven concrete. Let us raise those sections that can cause unnecessary wear and tear to your vehicles at a fraction of the cost. We also offer joint and crack sealing to prolong the life of your concrete. Servicing residential, commercial, and industrial areas. We offer warranty, senior, and military discounts, and free estimates. Check us out online. Top Notch Mudjacking. Don't settle. Jack it up.
See, very intrigued by the Dan Le Batard Show on ESPN Radio.
I think steak is one of the most overrated foods. When people say, what's the meal you want, the best meal you can have, people say a good ribeye, a good New York strip, and I just think that those are overrated. I'm always going to go maybe some seafood, some nice chicken dish. I just prefer that stuff over the steak.
I firmly disagree with that assessment.
I think most people would.
The most overrated food is lobster. It's the cockroach of the sea. That's right, I said it.
These are shocking
Yeah,
things. All right, put it on the poll, Guillermo. Is steak overrated? Is lobster overrated? Do you eat the fat? Because Stugatz is saying the fat is the best thing. I don't think a lot of people think the fat is the best thing. Do they?
It's so good. Like, you ever just grill a ribeye and at the very end on the edges, there's that fatty part of it.
Oh,
it is
right in the garbage.
right off the
Right
in
in
the
the
garbage.
garbage.
I'm gonna throw you in the garbage. What's the matter with you?
The Dan Le Batard Show, 9 till noon on the Quad City Sports Leader, ESPN 1170 AM.
You're right on par in your M&M golf car.
M&M Golf Cars, your authorized club car dealer, invites you to check out the new Onward by Club Car. Onward's all new accessories personalize nearly every detail to fit your lifestyle. Customize yours at mmgolfcars.com. 0% financing for 24 months through the end of the month. M&M Golf Cars, Bettendorf.
Right on par in your M&M golf car. M&M golf cars.
See, very intrigued by the Dan Le Batard Show on ESPN Radio.
Did you see what happened with Kyle Rudolph? Because it reminded me of you for all of the wrong reasons. Kyle Rudolph went to Twitter and pointed out that a media member had asked him for his gloves that he cheated to win the game against the Saints with. And he said, sure, for charity, of course. I'll even sign them for you since it's for charity. And then he gave it to the media member, then saw it being sold on eBay for $375 plus $6 of shipping, and just pointed out that that was wrong. And not only is it wrong, it's fireable.
Listen, I have since apologized. I mean,
You apologize. You've been leaving messages on Kyle Rudolph's machine.
yes, Rudy.
Charity's the name of my wife.
The Dan Le Batard Show, 9 till noon on the Quad City Sports Leader, ESPN 1170 AM.
Golick and Wingo.
Here's my thought on Magic not being with the Lakers anymore. He wants to be Magic Johnson, and you know what? That's cool.
I said, being Magic Johnson works.
Wasn't the greatest ending how they were all throwing each other under the buses and stuff? I'm not all cool with a lot of that. But at the end of the day, if you don't want to do this anymore because you want to be Magic Johnson and free to be Magic Johnson, man, I am cool with that because that's a pretty damn good life.
That's living your best life.
Yes.
Golick and Wingo, mornings on the Quad City Sports Leader, ESPN 1170 AM.
can I help you?
Yes, I'm going to buy some Iowa Lottery Instaplay tickets. I love Instaplay. I love that some of the games have progressive jackpots that keep growing. But most of all, I love that it's fast. It's super fast. It's Roadrunner fast. You get your ticket and you find out if you won faster than the fastest thing that goes fast.
Sir, your tickets.
Yep, fast.
They're fun, they're fast, and they're available now. Play Instaplay today. Visit ialottery.com for rules and complete details.
There are a lot of things you can tell Alexa. What she likes to hear the most? Alexa, play ESPN 1170. Enable the skill and listen anywhere to the Quad Cities sports leader.
All right, everybody, we're back. Some good conversation off the air, StatCat and I and Jay.
Well, he was gone for the first portion of it, and we obviously took a good 20 minutes plus or whatever else. But it still is a thing, and we're getting up to the top of the hour anyway.
I think really right before we came on the air is when we found out roughly, and I'm still pretty emotionally fired up. I think it's still in, but it's starting to come down a little bit when you start kind of tying your emotions in and trying to understand it. And I guess, Serge, you kind of nailed it right on the fact. You're trying to rationalize what and why.
Right.
And then why some businesses and why not others.
Yeah.
So my thing with banks is, like a money, I should say.
Right.
Not a money.
Dirty.
But dirty.
Dirty.
Dirty as all get out. Leah, you lost your chair.
That's fine. You wanna sit with me?
No.
What? I'm just gonna sit right on top of you then.
So I got a question for you.
But you know what I'm saying? You
can sit in my spot.
Over there on the floor?
No.
I'm not as good of a colorer as you.
What about it's privately owned? What about Hidden Hills golf course?
No, they for golf courses, like for actual players out there.
Yeah, that's not public. It's not the city. Like the city owns Bettendorf owns Palmer Hills. But what about our friends at Hidden Hills? That's privately owned. They can.
So as far as what, Jay, golfing?
Yeah, can you have it?
Golfing?
I would say yeah.
Yes, you can, because I got off the phone with my dad today too. Florida has already done a 30-day
30-day what?
restaurants and bars
Yeah.
and gatherings of 10 or more. So that's 30 days already. So we're not in that boat yet, but we still could be, to be honest. Like right now they're saying till the 31st. I would just put at least at the end of that.
And that's where we're at, right? Yeah, I know.
She's having a blast.
Yeah, leave her.
Hey, that's the thing. Let her have fun.
Let her have fun.
So we're not going to tell her what to do.
Yeah.
The last thing I'm going to do today is tell someone what to do.
Watch this. You want some of that?
You're not the boss of me.
Yeah. But okay, that should be open,
right? So
right?
here's basically my understanding is with his, because he has his golf course where he lives. It's open to golf. The food that they have, you can call down there and place an order and walk up and pick it up. You just can't dine there. So it's the same as carry out and delivery situations here.
Where do you?
I would assume that those golf courses are going to be open to play at. But as far as
well, let's keep pushing that. See, it's on the Harrington's Pub Facebook comment that Rustic Ridge is open in Eldridge.
Sunrise is open.
Sunrise is open for golf also. As soon as it's nice enough, and get out there and go play. Get some fresh air.
Yep.
Take some friends,
so
get out there.
Now, T-Ray, Wood, and Bomber the same. I agree, like having those other...
But the clubhouses will have to be closed.
Yeah.
Well, or limit the first 10, first come, first serve.
You can't do that. You can't.
They can't do this in
You can't.
It's a bar.
Yeah, they can't. Listen, they can take the beer and buy a six-pack and go out on the course, but they can't stay in and drink in the clubhouse. I guarantee it. You can't. I tried. I called. I tried to weasel my way around this. Jay, you know what I do.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I try to T-Ray the hell out of it. And you can't.
Y'all need to stand up for your rights and your liberties.
I want to stand up, Leah, but when they come down and then they say, well, T-Ray, you stood up for your rights and liberties. By the way, you lose your liquor license for another 45 days.
I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about the 14-day quarantine that they're discussing right now to lock us in our homes. I'm not going to stay in my home.
I get you there. There's no license they can take from you. They can't take
I don't think
license
it's
to live.
necessarily to stay in your home. That's obviously still up to you. And at your own risk. Like my big thing is like more grocery stores. Like, okay, I can't go sit in a bar with 6 other people or 9 other people there. But I can go to Hy-Vee
and be surrounded by how many people?
Yeah,
no way.
Walmart. Hy-Vee's not as big.
No, I just mean that's my grocery store that I normally go to. So I'm not. No way. I have no desire to. Like, if it's that bad and everything else that they're shutting down my business, then I'm not going to go succumb myself to that. But so why are those places not shut down on a?
Shut down and
need that
daycares aren't.
stuff, though.
Yeah.
You need.
Okay. So what do they do with the bars and restaurants, Jay? They're having carry-on delivery only. So you do that at Hy-Vee and Sam's Club. You have a club pickup window, right?
Yeah.
You place your order online or you call it in. They do the shopping for you. They bring it out.
You're
if it's
right.
that serious, then do that.
Hundo.
Okay. Now I understand banks. Banks is a really good reason because
You get a
said-
drive-through window.
because you said how dirty banks are. Okay,
Mine
I
is
understand
dirty.
that. Why am I T-Roy? Why are we not allowed to have a carry-out liquor license right now? We can still sell our booze. You just can't drink it there.
You do.
Because there's an underlying
I do
motive.
have a carry-out liquor license at Oscars.
Okay.
You do. You just have to sell it in the
Quantities.
that you purchased it in.
Right.
So it can't be like a mix and match. Well, it can be in 6 and 12 and 24.
Okay. So then, like we're talking with banks versus like John Deere and this and stuff like that. Like, it sucks. But I guess we're in the business of this is where I'm trying to rationalize and justify is we have a responsibility as far as the safety and sanitation of we're dealing with food and beverage. So I get that a little bit more, you know. Even if I switch to all plastic.
He's right. One of those I mean, you have more guidelines to go through because of the city and the county, the health department that you have to go. That's probably more clean than
your home.
Than your bank.
It's definitely more clean than daycares, and daycares are
Right.
not shut down.
Right.
Explain that one to me, big GLV, because it doesn't make any GD sense.
Yeah, I know. I'm trying to make sense
That's
of this,
why
just like you
I
guys
tell
are.
people always question. There's motives. There's underlying motives here, and we're gonna find out what they are eventually.
Can you sell a 6-pack
I'm
and
telling
people
you.
sitting on your
Get 'em,
patio?
Bob.
Give me my
I know you
tinfoil
did.
hat.
So you did. You tried to. You said, okay, what about this situation over and over again? So you said like doors are locked. I sell a 6-pack of beer, but they sit on my patio. Nope. Can they sit in your driveway? Can they sit in your parking lot though? Not the same parking lot. Now it's open
Can't sit
container.
in your open container in the car. Yeah, you're in trouble. Then the
All right,
consumer's
fine.
in trouble.
Kegger at my house, but everybody has to stand within 2.5 feet of each other.
You can't have more than 10 people.
No more. I don't. Well,
You don't
I
have a liquor
front- I have
license
a
either.
front
That would
yard.
be called
It just says
bootlegging.
gatherings of 10.
Yeah, I have
But
a
I'm
front
saying
yard and a backyard.
she starts selling.
So it's 20.
You start selling beer for money, then you're violating liquor
not
law.
selling anything
I'm
for
just
money.
saying. What
You couldn't find anything on there about churches.
Yeah, they shut down.
I thought it said that, Jay.
I thought I just saw mass gatherings. I didn't take it as church mass. Yeah. The funny thing is the banks. The other thing is we talked about deaths that happen because you're getting alerts about everything that's coming up on your phone as you're driving, but nobody, no one's shutting down your phones for now.
That's next. They're talking about a 14-day internet shutdown to reset all the servers.
No, don't do that.
Yeah, that's what they.
Here's what she said, Jay.
I would like that. 'cause now I
Mass
don't have to read
gathering,
everyone's
as in social, community, spiritual, religious, recreational, leisure, and sport gatherings and events of more than 10 people are hereby prohibited at all locations and venues, including but not limited to parades, festivals, conventions, fundraisers. So that
Right, so
senior citizen centers and adult daycare facilities.
I want to go to
See
one
the
of
dive
those
bars.
instead of
You
being
just-
stuck
it's
in
like
the house with my
it's like the
kids.
gas stations that you can only have 2 students at a time.
Right.
Everyone wait until the last one goes in. We
I
have
only had
bouncers.
10 people in the
Why
bar
can't
last
we go-
night.
Yeah, why can't we go
Why
back to
can't we just do that?
bouncers? One in, one out.
click, 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 click,
Yeah.
click,
Why
click.
can't we go to
click,
the
click.
bouncers? Like, sorry, fire code. You can
Well,
only have 9.
see, I'm wondering, they're calling this adult daycare facility. What if I call mine an alcoholic daycare
That's
facility?
already what we're doing.
Or
It's
therapy.
already adult daycare.
Alcoholic therapy facility. I want to rename mine.
Alcoholic
Instead of
therapy facility.
T-Ray, instead of nap time, we have happy hour.
ATF. ATF.
They can't stop anybody from giving away booze.
Well, it's your home.
See, I'm trying to work
It's your
my way
restaurant.
up.
Want to know what you risk? Want to know what you risk, T-Ray? So, all jokes aside, do I want to have a speakeasy? Yeah, damn right I want to have a speakeasy. Am I gonna do it? Hell no.
You're gonna go to
Okay,
jail.
I'm gonna go to jail, and then
This is-
the bigger picture, the devil's advocate here.
That's what I'm talking about.
Okay, the devil's advocate is if someone were to consume an alcoholic beverage at one of our establishments illegally. Number one, our liquor license is void, so we didn't sell it to them. We gave it to them. Okay, they leave and they go get into an accident of any sorts. Want to know whose insurance doesn't cover that anymore? The businesses. We're personally liable now.
Right.
That's why. That's what you risk. So, love y'all.
Right. This goes back to my point that they control us and everybody's like, I'm gonna stand up and I'm gonna defend my liberty and my constitutional rights. No, you're not, because this is what they're gonna do to you, and they're gonna threaten you with everything so that you don't.
So we get through it. We do what we can. We look for other ways to make sure we help out our staffs, our family and friends, and we take care of everything, and we hammer this out.
They took our gerbs.
Yep.
They took our what?
They took our gerbs.
So here, Erickson on the Harrington's Pub Facebook comment thread gave us an update from the Fire Lakes Golf Club's new rules here. Their update: they have the course is open for seasonal play beginning today, 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. No food service in the clubhouse. Only bottled beverages. 1 golfer per cart. Listen to this, T-Ray.
Yeah.
1 golfer per cart.
Okay.
Okay. Leave the flagstick in. Avoid the post-round handshake. It's $32, cart included. Let's make the best of it.
Yeah, leave the flag stick
32.
in. You can do that.
32 cart included.
Hey, look at this. We got a
not bad.
message on Facebook. Fields of Pizza would welcome a competition and appreciate support.
Let's do it.
Let's do it. What do they got? Tell them
they want to do.
Tell us. We'll eat it tomorrow.
Yeah, we'll make.
I actually love Fields of Pizza.
I never had it. Where's that at?
Oh, it's so good. There's one on the Avenue. There was. I think they moved, but yeah, they have Henny Penny chicken.
Henny Penny.
They have that so good fried chicken.
Henny Penny.
Like Grandma used to make on Sundays. Just kidding. We didn't have Sunday at Grandma's.
So Israel says that banks are closing in Dubuque.
Banks.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Like what? Like drive-throughs? Just going into the.
I'd imagine going in.
Oh yeah, but the drive-through you can still do whatever else.
Still handle your dirty cash.
I never go into a bank anyway.
No matter.
Well, what dirty cash are they going to be handling? Because all the businesses are going to be closed.
Yeah, we're not going to have any cash left. So.
There's nobody. Yeah, I just had between everybody, I had people making all the extra cash and depositing it. Got as much money in the bank as we possibly could get.
Mm-hmm. So Fields of Pizza, I don't know if they're listening right now, but I just want to go back to that real quick because I am in Illinois and these fellas are in Iowa. But I'm going to be coming with the food, so that works out very, very well for me.
You're coming with the food?
Yeah, I'm bringing the food.
Oh.
That was the deal, right?
Okay.
I'll have to reach out to him. It was just a message that he sent us on via Facebook. Said Fields Pizza would love the competition, love the local support. So
yes,
love to be
absolutely.
part of a competition. So
what,
originally we were going to, Serge, when Joey Chestnut put down the 32 Big Macs in 38 minutes, we were going to see, what was your number, T-Roy, that you said you could do?
I think I can do 10 Big Macs.
10 in 38 minutes. So we were going to do that, but then Bomber had the idea, like, maybe we should at this point try to, focus on a local place. And and I know McDonald's are locally owned, but in this situation, find something that wants to come in and one. And by the way,
did you ever do that Battle Up Brady challenge? Food challenge?
No, I'm not big on that stuff.
Yeah.
Again, when we first started the show, a lot of people were bringing in food quite a bit, coming and talking about their food. Feel free to set us up. Anybody out there that's still doing delivery or drive up that you want to come on and highlight your food and talk about how people can grab your, drive up windows and get delivery from your food. I don't know. This whole thing is kind of crazy. It's been,
isn't it though?
Wednesday went from 48, just 48 crazy hours of just canceling sports to. Okay, they said it was coming. People said this, but I didn't think it would be like this to this extent.
Right.
You never do.
No, but the thing is I also don't teach my kids to live in fear and be like, "Hey guys, when do the world's coming?"
And that was my thing. I'm not a panic type person, but you play it by ear and you do what you can.
We're making it fun.
Like I try to take a couple precautions, but I didn't go overboard. I didn't freak out, but
I bought extra gallons of milk and extra TP, and I'm good to go. That's about as far as I went. And the kids, we went and bought chemistry sets and art projects and everything, and it's going to be fun. It's vacation. That's what it is to them.
I made sure my Netflix and Hulu accounts were up to date and I'm good to go, man.
Can we still, now again, I'm asking you guys this, and I'm not getting anything. Can we still PHH or not, if we chose to?
What's PHH?
It's a gray area.
What's PHH?
I would say no.
What does that mean?
No. Okay.
It's private happy hour.
What's my name next?
Like if we all let's say we're like, okay, we're gonna do a post wrap up show, And
So, Leah,
just, and out of nowhere, and Serge's like, you know what? I have to do X, Y, and Z down at the bar.
You've
Come down.
been there. You've been to PHH.
Oh yeah.
It just
We
moves
could
location.
have 5 of us go do
I've been to
a
many
cleaning
PHHs.
party.
I just
Yeah,
didn't know what they were
say the
called.
bar say the bar opens at 3. We would go down there at 2 and just
Yeah.
hang out, and we have our own beer together before we're open for business for the day, which is completely legal. It was
Because if they shut,
at the time.
they shut
But
the,
now.
Let's say they shut down Town Square Media. All
I
right,
think
they
it would
said
be
no
legal
radio.
if it's under 10 people.
They say no radio. Well, our contingency plan was to take our Sling Studio, courtesy of Dish. Wait, we got a phone call. Hey, I'll finish my thought here. You ready, T-Ray?
Yep.
All right, go.
All right, you're on air with Don't Hassle Us Local. Who do we have?
A disgruntled Harrington person.
Oh, what up, Jay? Mr. Anderson.
What's up, Mr.
Dude.
Anderson?
I sent my wife a text, and she said, now you know what rehab's going to be like.
Oh, she can't force you to go.
You come over to Club Surgeon J Money's now.
There you go. All right. Real quick, I don't want to keep you guys long. I got to get back into work. As you guys know, I work for the state of Iowa, and my office is down here at the courthouse. Well, we just got our orders this morning from the state. They made 2 lists. People that in my office that get to work at home and people that are required to come to work. All right? I didn't have any say in this unless I had an underlying medical condition or reason to be concerned. The list came out with no explanation.
Wow.
Okay?
So
I'm expected to be at work from 8 to noon, and then from 1 to 4:30. And then the people that are working at home are expected to be logged into their computers and have their phones ready to go at 8 o'clock. How this is going to be monitored, I don't know. But they also were told to be dressed appropriately while they're at home and be prepared to report to the office at a moment's notice.
Okay, so
they can't be doing J Money and You'll Beat Lab.
If I'm working from home, I'm wearing shorts and a big T-shirt and nothing else.
Well, what is the thing to
when you working
report
from
from
home
home? Because they can turn around and say, like, all right, we're lifting this now?
I'm going to stop by after this travel.
Well, to be honest with you, I don't quite understand the rationale. A prime example, a majority of you people know I work with kids, juvenile probation. We're not allowed as professionals to go over to the detention center and visit our kids that we have over there.
Wow.
But they're allowed to bring them over to the courthouse for court proceedings.
Well, the courthouse is near me just suspended all cases for 30 days. The Rock Island County Courthouse. They were turning people away at the door. I had to go there for an emergency thing the other day, and they were shutting. They were just sending everybody away.
Well, we still have hearings. We're expected to, and that's the other thing. We're expected to cover the hearings for the people that are working at home.
This is insane. This is so anti-constitutional. You know
And
what I mean?
so, if you need any help with kids, you know where I'll be between 8 and 12 and 1 and 4:30.
So basically, you cleared this up for all of us. None of it makes. There's no rhyme or reason, and none of it really makes sense.
Disorganized chaos is what it is.
How do you determine some people can work at home and some people need to be at the office?
How do you determine essential personnel?
How is it
Right.
fair?
I mean, I get it at places like, say, power plants or like I was talking with Wookie out at 3M, places like that have equipment that are constantly running. But if there's something I can handle by a phone call, or an email, why wouldn't I just do that?
I think people should be choosing to volunteer rather than their employer choosing. Okay, you die. You know what I mean? If it was this big of a deal and this big of a death scare, like you don't get to choose who gets exposed to this and who doesn't.
Right. And so I guess my point being, and in case anybody I work with is listening, I'm not complaining about this, but I think it's funny because I have a family. My wife is going to be at home for 4 weeks. My daughter from Iowa is
she home by herself right now?
3 weeks, and then the other 2 kids they're out of school for 4 weeks.
Hi, Mrs.
You know,
Anderson.
so-
if you're
No,
listening.
you make a great point because it's like you're being chosen to not. It's like they're choosing who is more at risk or more susceptible to get something than others. That seems pretty
Right.
unconstitutional to me.
Well, and
Well,
it,
thank
you
you,
also
darling.
have to understand, and it's a job where you're working with the public.
Yeah.
And so, I mean, I don't know. It's interesting, but you guys keep doing good things, and I appreciate the time, and I'll holler at you later on.
Thanks, Anderson.
Thanks for the info.
Yeah.
All right.
Appreciate
Bye.
it. Yeah, the thing I just don't get there is that be well dressed and be ready to go at any
At
moment.
your house.
Yeah,
Don't
any
tell me
moment.
what to do in my house.
Right. Any moment,
Ever.
like that's okay. We're bringing y'all
Then
back
I'm
in
gonna,
now.
I'm gonna log in butt naked tomorrow morning just because you said that.
Mm-hmm. Where are we at?
And
Where
I'm
we
gonna
go?
do video chat too.
As they say, we're gonna FaceTime.
FaceTime. Can you take your magic bullet?
Hey!
This is. Can you explain to what this is? This magic bullet thing that
That's,
our friends from
between me
our friends from
and
7G did this, right?
It's a 7G product called a Magic Bullet. T-Roy's going to hold it up there and demonstrate. Say, shake gently, T-Roy. There you go.
Does it?
Yes, it does, Jay.
Okay.
Yes, it does. Caffeine and stimulant free. Drink alone or as a mixer for the anti-hangover drink. Detox while you retox. The Magic Bullet.
Dude,
So,
wait a minute.
detox
Hold
while
on.
you retox.
Say that again. Retox while you detox?
And you're supposed to take it, and you can take it with alcohol.
Sure.
Look at the shape of it. You
Sure.
can take it any way you want.
Carefully selected ingredients reinforce the body's production of antioxidants, which can be quickly
Glad
depleted
Hazel
when
doesn't know
neutralizing alcohol
anything
toxins.
you guys are talking about.
Good thing, yes. Right
Helps
out.
clear
She's too
toxins
busy putting
associated
my
with alcohol
earphones up her nose.
And pulling
It's
mine
basically
out.
got a
Thanks, Hazy.
phallic shape that was done intentionally.
Oh yeah, gotcha.
When he handed it to me this morning, earlier, I didn't quite know what to make of it.
Tell us more about when I gave it to you this morning.
No,
I set myself right up for that one.
Here's what more is possibly going to happen. I mean, every day we have a new thing that's been.
What did
thrown our
Italy
way.
do? We better find out what Italy did. Jesus, please. What did Italy do?
Well, Italy's also a socialist country, and we're not. So
I think they are going to play it by ear and see how many more cases pop up or if it slows down, and they're going to wait until this thing's done. The 14 days is just basically a start. If it's after 14 days it's subsided and down,
Still
then
can't vote at the Vatican.
then we'll reopen.
I wouldn't go to the
And if
Vatican
it's
anyway.
still the same or going up more, then they'll keep it going. They'll keep it into effect.
This is insane, man. You
So
think-
here's one thing I want to say, Jay. Is my advice for people in my boat and other bar and restaurant employees, just do me one favor. Do yourself a favor. Instead of going on social media, asking for suggestions of where to get my money, don't go to Locals Of Us on this one. On this one, well, sure, go to Locals Of Us. Look at all these other places out there that are not food and beverage related that are still open, and get a job. Okay? If you want to sign up for unemployment, go sign up for unemployment immediately if you can. If you qualify, get it. Get your food stamps if you need to. Okay? But don't just sit there and complain and don't do anything about it.
Right.
Don't sit there and look for handouts. People are willing to help out. If people have other jobs, they'll be willing to get you in there and take care of everybody and step up as a team. That's fine. But go. You can go get other jobs. Okay? Oh, the one bar I work at shut down. I don't have any money the rest of my life. No, go get another job. Okay? What if it was just that one bar that you worked at? What were we going to do? We're going to just sit there and boo-hoo about it? No, you'd have to go get another job at some point, right?
Moon River.
There you go.
Using the whole fist, Doc?
Again, I just don't know what any type of opening changes are going to be. I mean, Kentucky Derby's pushed back to September 5th. We don't know any of the start of MLB right now. The owners are still hoping for a 162-game season.
Hey, sure they are. They're
Yeah.
such greedy
Good luck
bastards.
for that one.
MLB is still trying to hope to open the season before June. And, it's another thing. I think they're sending their players back. I haven't heard anything from Tyson, but we'll obviously reach out to Tyson Blazer, and I'm going to reach out to anyone from the River Bandits as well. Try to get them to come up here and talk to us about what's going on in their unforeseen future. So, unforeseen and uncertain as well. So, again, I just think it's outside of, trying to find content to keep us amused for 2 hours and maybe get our mind off it is what we intend to do here at Don't Hassle Us, We're Local. and continue to reach out to guests. And I think maybe it might be a little bit easier to get some of them because they're not participating in sports. So it's just a matter of, hey, you want to come on our show? Sure.
I think we need to pursue this whole Fields of Pizza thing, get that solved so that we can plan for that and get what we're going to do. And maybe people can vote on what they want us to competitively eat.
We are going to maybe Hazel could competitively draw something.
Well, she's already going to win that contest.
She's drawing a present for us, Lee, right now.
She needs to draw us a new government.
All right, well, let's take our break, our first break of the second hour.
Before that, T-Ray.
Yeah.
You're doing some food over at HP today, weren't you?
I was.
What are you going to do with it all?
It's going to my house.
Yeah.
Coming over. Lisa.
That's a good question.
Why, you hungry?
Well, of course. I'm always hungry. But a lot of people, like, there's some places that have tons and tons and tons of this food prepared that there was going to be out just for people or for sale.
Maybe donate it.
So a lot of them are donating it already.
That's perfect.
So,
I love it.
Well, I was
whatever I
donated it to me, you and Money and Mookie and Hazel.
Yep.
And anybody who wants to stop by, as long as we're not more than 10.
Okay.
Did you see
got room for 3 more.
Did you see anything, Serge, about businesses in the Illinois that were trying to maybe rebel against it and still stay open? And did anything come of that?
No, they didn't. Well, I don't think it got to that point. I think they started to talk about it. There are a couple of them that I saw. I'm sure you saw the same ones.
I know for a fact that there was a business that stayed open until 2 o'clock in the morning last night. But I can't name the business.
Private business.
If they want to risk it, that's on them.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna,
I don't know. I don't know what business it was. I have no idea. I just heard that from
good for them.
A private source. That
stand up for your liberties and your constitutional rights, people. I'm all for it.
But yeah, I'm for being careful if you want to take the chances.
Absolutely.
And I've already said to some of my other friends, excuse me if I'm not my normal jocular self with some of the stuff. I'm not quite ready to make all the jokes, but I have seen some entertaining things online as far as I'm taking applications for my 10-person crew. So you don't have to have the same 10 people every time, but just so you know.
Gotcha. All right, let's take a break. Come back. Don't Hassle Us for Local. Jake should be here any minute. We'll talk to him, and we can come up with some things of distraction outside of the usual.
I can tell you what, we're not going to Harrington's or Pints today, so we can't read those ads. But where you can go is Van's Pizza and More, Bird.
That-a-boy.
Hey.
Yeah, they have delivery and carry out to satisfy all your coronavirus needs. All you need to do is call 563-232-1396. They're going to have that hot and ready for you, or delivery in Bettendorf. It's limited on the area. Please ask when you call. Today is Tuesdays. There's still 2 medium, 2 topping pizzas for $15.99. So get in, get them while you can. And let's beat the coronavirus together at Van's Pizza and More. 5023 Competition Drive in
This is WQAD's Matt Randazzo, and you're listening to Don't Hassle Us, We're Local on ESPN 93.5.
Renewal by Anderson.
At Renewal by Anderson, we're celebrating 25 years in business. I'm Sam Hare. We want to say thank you to all of our customers over the years that have had the chance to experience the best windows and doors in the industry. To celebrate, previous customers and new customers can take advantage of the best specials in 25 years. Buy 2 windows and get one 60% off with no money down and no interest until 2022. Text SPRING to 96714 for additional savings. We're celebrating 25 years in business. It's our 25th birthday, but you get all the presents. Buy 2 windows and get one 60% off with no money down and no interest until 2022. Text SPRING to 96714 for additional savings. Visit us online at renewalbyanderson.com and visit our showroom on 35th Street in Davenport.
Renewal by Anderson. We love our new windows.
The Will Kane Show.
I don't think there's any hard and fast rule here. It's not that you have to win while your quarterback's on a rookie deal. I don't want to pay Dak $40 million because you don't have to. What I would argue is this: get a good deal. The main thing to do is avoid paying average quarterbacks as though they're great. That's when teams get in trouble. There's no hard and fast rule except don't be a moron. The commodity or the quality that's in short supply in every walk of life is self-awareness. Who am I? How good am I? What am I worth? And I think that teams honestly aren't self-aware enough about their window, how good they are, and how good their quarterback is. My biggest lesson, honestly, Fitz, is not, you got to win with a quarterback on a rookie deal. It's not pay Dak, but don't pay him $40. It's just play smart business. Don't overpay. Be self-aware. Who is your guy and pay him at that rate.
The Will Kane Show, 2 till 5 on the Quad City Sports Leader, ESPN 1170 AM.
At Casey's, we're here for traditions like game night or movie night, and for making them a little more special with a tradition of our own, Casey's Classic Taco Pizza, made fresh with delicious, high-quality ingredients and baked right in our store. And every day this month, you can get a large taco pizza for just $13.99. So order a taco pizza from Casey's and make your tradition more special, even if it's just a last-minute dinner. Casey's, here for traditions, here for good. Restrictions apply. See store for details.
Take a look under your bed. Find stuff under there? What about jobs? No? Now try your basement. There's a pair of overalls that overall you're not so into anymore. A perfectly good laptop that hasn't sat in your lap in months. And even more stuff, but still no jobs? Well, you really have both. See, stuff is defined as household articles considered as a group. Sometimes this stuff is no longer needed. Wait, no longer needed? That can't be right. Because remember those jobs you were looking for? Those are really needed, and they're the stuff inside your stuff, even inside that winter coat that moved with you to Phoenix. Our job is to unlock those jobs, and it starts when you donate your stuff to your local Goodwill. Here's how we do it. When you donate to Goodwill, we sell your stuff to provide job training for people right here in your community. So just by teaming up with Goodwill, you help create jobs. And isn't that worth parting with the leftover guitar from your 80s cover band? Goodwill. Donate stuff, create jobs. Find your nearest donation center at goodwill.org. A message from Goodwill and the Ad Council.
Have your car battery tested for free at Olderog Tire and Performance. Plus, take advantage of the 4-wheel alignment special. Buy 4 tires and get a 4-wheel alignment. Regularly $79.95, now only $49.95. Olderog also does brakes, AC work, struts and suspensions, tune-ups, and alignments. And right now, check out the AC Recharge Special for $99.99. Open Monday through Friday, 7:30 till 5. Olderog Tire and Performance, Rockingham Road, Davenport. Service local. Take advantage of the Olderog 4-wheel alignment special for a limited time.
From the Sheedy Family Chiropractic Studios, this is the Quad City Sports Leader, ESPN 1170 AM, KPOB, Davenport.
Welcome back to Don't Hassle Us. We're local here on ESPN 1170 AM. Want to thank everybody for watching us on the Facebook Live and leaving comments on the Harrington's Pub Facebook comment thread. Thank you for listening on the radio, on the app, ESPN 1170 AM. If you don't have it already, go to wherever you get apps from. Download there. And then also you can listen online, ESPN1170am.com. And you can read what the blogs are doing. I have a lot of things in my head that I need to write, and so I've got plenty of time. So we're going to be putting new content out there of things in the written form for you. But we are in studio. We've got Jake
from State Farm.
From Elite.
How's it going?
From Elite Sportsbook. It's the same. I mean, we're all paddling in the same boat here. I mean, again, as far as this place goes, I don't know what the story is. And when I say this place, this studio, I can't tell you at one point there's 10 people in here at the same time, but I would assume so. And I don't know if they, if someone has it, but there's nothing in Scott County. But we're going to continue to do this show. The only thing in my concern is that if they shut it down and say you can't come get your equipment, Sling Studio stuff, so we just have to pack it up, I guess, every day. I have no idea.
There's not 10 people in the same room, though, so
No.
I don't think they can
But
do that.
no. All right, I'll talk to you tomorrow.
Bye, Troy. Bye, Hazel.
Try to find your smile today. But Jake, Rhythm City made the announcement yesterday, and obviously that's a place where you have more than 10 people, right?
Much more.
Yeah.
So the doors are closed as of yesterday at 5 p.m.
I saw that. Broke my heart.
Yep, through March 31st. So then we'll be analyzing the situation from there.
Through March 31st and analyzing the situation. What do you mean analyzing the situation?
Just seeing if we're going to open then based on the CDC
Oh, gotcha,
recommendations. Or, this is going to end up going a little bit longer. So online betting is still going on. If you have an account, we're kind of scraping the barrel, finding sports that are still
It's like soccer
playing.
in Mexico. What else? It's like
Australian.
Rugby?
Yep. Also, let's see, Turkish soccer, Russian Premier League soccer. We're looking at some other sports to be added.
Esports?
This has not been approved yet, but these are some of the ideas on how far we're scraping the barrel. So professional bull riding, which actually might be pretty exciting, could be added soon.
I like this.
International baseball, international darts, pro bowling, and international cricket. So we're just waiting for some.
This is what I was going to do last night. I was going to set up. I was going to set up a checkerboard. I was gonna.
Did you see those videos online?
No, what was
where
it?
they're playing like tic-tac-toe with fish in their aquariums.
Oh no!
And then they're like, when the fish loses, they're like, yeah.
I was gonna set up a checkerboard.
Yeah, the turtle. Yeah.
I was gonna put Ben at like plus 105 and Sophie at minus 115, and start beforehand, and then I was gonna Facebook Live it, and so that way people can talk trash to Ben or whatever.
I thought about
else.
making the kids race up and down the street, like ready, go.
There you go.
Whoever wins gets dinner.
Yeah.
Marble racing
and more toilet
online.
paper.
I did see the marble racing thing.
Well, did you see the game last night?
No.
Right. Once a day. I got to get somebody once a day.
There is no game.
There's a game. There's a game.
Well, it depends on what game
really
you're
funny.
talking
So
about.
if you notice, because Jay, what goes on TVs at all the bars?
Sports.
Okay,
Spouts.
so what different channels?
Well,
ESPN,
ESPN
ESPN2, ESPNU, ESPN News, Big Ten Network, NBC Sports, and so on.
MLB,
so on.
NHL.
Now, what's been being aired on these channels?
Right now?
Yeah.
I have no
Tom
idea.
Brady.
There's maybe a couple of the channels have some breaking news and updates and everything else, but a majority of these channels, the rest of the time, have been showing replays of old games from years ago in all different sports. You notice they don't have on there. This is where, I'm not the big conspiracy guy here, but they don't have Encore in the top corner of these anymore, or they don't have a date or a year of when this game was. They're trying to make it look like it's a live game, so people just kind of forget about it.
And some people will fall for it too.
Right.
Well, we did say this, and I wasn't the person to come up with that idea, but I did say Thursday, Friday, they should do the best first round games in the history of the NCAA tournament since they've however long they have the footage of in their library, their filmography. And I'd same thing with Saturday, Sunday, do the best second round games and whatnot, and go from there. Your Elite Eight and Final Four, and I guess the national championship game. That could be the argument there. What's the best national championship game?
Sure.
And obviously, Duke versus Kentucky wasn't a national championship game. So, but that is still, I think that was just a final of their region. So, but that would be up there, obviously. And then you've got NC State's game. And the other thing people are saying to watch 30 for 30s, but you got to find something to pass the time.
Well, I have kids, so it's easy. But yeah,
it really isn't, because I told you that. I know you were out, you stepped out. I told my kids, I was like, "Here's what we're gonna do. We're going to." I guarantee you, we're gonna do some things. They'll be a little different. I'll put time aside. We'll do a little classwork. We're gonna do a multiplication table once a day. Nope. They had the balls to say no to me.
Yeah, they're gonna say no.
They go, nope. I'm not doing that. And I go, wait, whoa, slow it down. I go, first off, did I crack a smile? Did I say this is a great idea or anything like that?
What are you gonna do, Dad? Give them detention? They're already quarantined. There's really nothing you can
Will you do me a favor and text T. Roy and tell him that he left Hazel's iPad and maybe he's listening, and he can turn around and get it. But I was like, okay. And then you know what you guys should do? You guys should do a book report. Not over a graphic novel, Ben. Yeah. A real book. You know what I got? Nope.
Wow.
Yeah, I
Who's
go.
the dad in the household?
I said, what? I go, what do you guys think? Do you do this to your teachers or whatever else? And then they're explaining and then someone said, well, math is different. I said, I don't care if math is different.
Yeah.
How they do it? We're gonna do a multiplication table like I did it. We're gonna race. You have a certain amount of time, and if you don't get it right, if you don't finish it, it's wrong. You didn't put an answer down.
Lyric has a program like that on her Mac, so she has to do that every day. And when she was sick, she had strep last week.
Yeah.
I made her do that every day for an hour.
Nope.
She had to do it.
We're gonna get a good old sheet printed off, just like I had to do.
I take that drill and I take that TV right off that wall. There is no nose.
Yeah, no, they're gonna get a sheet of paper with multiplication tables on there, and that's what they can do the old school way. All kinds of terrible things like
I am the government in my house. You understand me?
Math storybook problems. Yeah, they're gonna figure that out. All right, Jane jumped on a train heading in New York City, heading west. Traveling at this
You could at least use your names like Beef Butt 87 Watermelons.
Yeah.
Go from there.
Yeah,
Make
I
it
don't know.
interesting.
That's the other thing. I don't know where they got the idea that they were like, oh no, I'm not gonna do
We're gonna do
that.
cosplay day. We're gonna do. I got chemistry sets. We got some slime making machines.
I like
I went
that.
to Walmart and just bought a bunch of stuff. Like I spent way more than I probably should have. But I'm like, if I'm stuck with these kids in the house for a month, we have got to have options.
Mm-hmm.
The 5 and 9, they're only gonna do a puzzle for maybe 15 minutes before they start fighting.
Yeah, obviously there's some things because we are still trying to explain to them that it's spring break, so I'm not jumping into everything yet. Let them.
Is it though? Because you can't go anywhere.
Well, when they have but we will. We just want the weather to be like when I go home this afternoon, it'll be 50. We'll go outside.
Yeah, for
but
now.
but for now. But don't stop. Don't say that. I'm not gonna until they tell me that. I'm
Until
I'm
the
still going to my
military pulls
backyard.
up
Period.
and they're-
I'm still going to my
and they're
backyard.
safe.
I'm gonna. I make that promise to you. We'll still be in. But like
I
we
promise
watch
you, if they
TV,
do that, I'm
but
still going outside.
I keep trying to force her to watch bad TV. She won't. She won't watch One Tree Hill with me. But
Who would?
Watch Bachelor reruns.
Would anybody?
Who wouldn't watch the show? The show was great.
Do you watch the Gilmore Girls too?
No, I've never got into that show.
I've never gotten into any of your shows.
No, but we watched this one show. It was on Fox, but Fox at the time wasn't on Dish. We Outmatched with Jason Biggs. We watched like 3 sitcoms of that, 3 shows. So.
We've watched like 18 horror movies in the last week. They were sick from school, so.
She told me last night she wanted to watch American Horror Story. I was like, you're not watching that.
I let Lyric watch it. I won't let Cooper watch it. Lyric is like, she's 9, but she's mentally like 15, so it's totally different. You got to gauge it on your child's maturity level.
That's why you guys get along.
Why? Because we're both like 15.
Uh-huh.
Thank you. I think that is a compliment. You're as young as you feel, Serge.
That's right.
You gotta. I think personally, you each got to come up with something. I mean, your own. Like maybe a book. Maybe do that yourself. Like I'm trying to figure out, but the library's closed.
Yeah, everything's closed.
But I'm like, all right, I'll find a book.
Lyric's writing a book right now.
I'll find a book.
She's writing a book. She's writing a novel on her laptop. She's got play. She's not my concern.
We're the kids are gonna
Cooper
read
is.
with me Where the Red Fern Grows.
Oh, I love that book.
So that's a done deal. But yeah,
Have
find a
her
book,
watch
movie.
Little Women. Little Women is a good one.
I never read that book or saw that.
You don't
movie.
need to have her read it. Watch the movie. It's a great movie. I read
The
the book when I
1994 version or the new one.
The 1994 version is better. I've seen both.
It's
Documentaries will keep them.
Well, we started to watch the what is it? The assassination of Malcolm X.
Oh, I haven't seen that one.
Yeah, they were because I'm trying to.
It's quite the choice.
Because he was supposed to be in a unit for the civil rights movement, and he picked Rosa Parks. But I think he was piggybacking off of what his sister did 2 years ago when she picked Rosa Parks. I was like, you should. Why wouldn't you come to me? I was the history major with in a minor in African American studies. They're like, what? I was like, Malcolm X.
For Rosa Parks, all you have to do is just put in quotations, no.
Yeah, and yeah.
Done. That gets the message across, does it not?
Yeah.
She's a queen.
But
right
yes,
there,
you've got to
one
find
word.
things to do. Jake, I gave you an assignment about
Yes.
things to do.
Oh,
Yes, you did.
And what did you come up for me?
What my 5 favorite gambling movies? Was that the?
Is that what it
assignment?
is? I just wanted you to come up. Yes, the top 5 top 5 movies about gambling.
Casino number 1.
That's an interesting choice.
Yes.
Casino number 1.
I just said it better be Casino.
I wouldn't have put Casino at 1.
Really?
Yeah, I
What
wouldn't
about
have.
Rounders?
That probably would have gone at 1.
Number
Rounders
1
is good.
That's one of my faves too.
I think that I was down near 4.
Would you throw? It's not gambling, but it's still like a recruiting process. Gambling. Would you throw Blue Chips in a movie like that?
Absolutely.
Okay.
You kidding me?
I know you like it.
Goodfellas.
Maybe I need to watch Blue Chips. I have never
Blue
watched
Chips
Blue
and Rounders. I'll watch them back to back.
I'm not watching Space Jam, but I do need to
watching
All right,
Space
so you have Casino at 1.
Everybody.
Casino at 1. Yep.
Casino at 1.
You don't
I'd
support the
say,
Quad City DJs.
Ocean's 11 at 2.
Oh,
that was a
anything with
classic.
Brad Pitt.
Yeah.
All right, that's a good one.
I'm big fans.
And then I threw the Hangover 1 in there.
Okay.
Yeah, where Alan goes Rain Man.
Yeah,
He's
exactly.
doing the
yeah,
counting
yep.
of the cards. I just saw
And
that.
then,
The movie 21.
Yeah, that was my number 4. I think
too.
Rounders was 5. But
Rounders was 5.
Rounders 5 higher than that.
That should be 1 or 2.
But that was a little bit
Casino 1
younger,
is. I agree with
or
that.
I was a little young.
I actually thought about this last night because the movie The Gambler was on, not the Kenny Rogers version, but then that's an honorable mention also.
I can probably rattle off more quotes from Rounders than
It's
majority
one of the
people.
best. It's the one movie that I can watch over and over and over and over, and you don't really ever get
Pay
sick of
him.
it.
Pay that man his money. He's got alligator blood.
Supposedly,
Yeah, your blood.
supposedly everybody involved in that movie has verbally signed on for Rounders 2, but it's never happened.
Let's go.
Like everyone's been like, "Yep," Everybody.
Oh, it's great cast all the way through.
Like the writers,
Amazing.
the directors, they're brothers. I know on Simmons' podcast, he's had. I'm gonna forget all their names, but who was Worm? Norton.
Norton.
He's like, yep, I'm in.
He's one of my favorite actors of all time.
Matt
Damon's
Damon,
in.
John Turturro.
Probably just the chick that he broke up with and things. She's out. John Turturro said he's in. Like I said, the writer director. Everybody verbally has been
Gretchen
like,
Ball,
I'm in
John
on this.
Malkovich.
John Malkovich up there too.
Famke Janssen, I think, is the one sitting at the table with them. The
Yeah.
regular crew.
Speaking of another one, Molly's Game is a movie about. It's a true story about gambling. It's pretty good.
Okay.
You know who was in that? Also, Idris Albus, the guy who just said that he has
Sexiest
the corona.
man of the year.
The guy, well, now the sexiest coronavirus man of the year. So he's
This is a separate category.
Yeah, well,
Okay.
he's got them both.
Help me out, guys. What's the movie? And this is what I would put on there. What's the movie with? Ben Affleck, when they're stockbrokers, but the guy owns
Boiler Room.
That one. That would be up
Gotcha.
there too.
Act as if you're the president of this.
Oh God, I love that movie so much. And he's hot in that movie. What's his name? The scrawny
Ben
little.
Affleck?
No, he's not hot
Giovanni
at all.
Ribisi.
Giovanni Ribisi. He's one of my favorites too.
Well, I'm a Boiler Room nut.
I
That's
love
a good
Boiler
one.
Room.
Called him Schleprocks.
Ugh. I became a Giovanni Ribisi
He's
fan
like, how
for
many
life
of you in
after
this
that
room have
movie.
passed your Series 7? The kid raised his hand and goes, get the hell out of here.
No, he didn't say how,
I
but
know
he said,
didn't.
"Get that."
I know what he said, but I know what I can say.
Threw the keys on the table. Oh, sexy.
So this is gonna hurt the Amazon Fire Stick. These theaters being shut down.
You think?
Yeah.
don't
Because I was
know.
trying to watch The Way Back, the new Ben Affleck movie.
Yeah.
But it was like the really bad. You know what? The government's gonna come get me anyway for playing ball in the backyard when I'm not supposed to.
Ear to ear, baby.
It was one of those ones where it's like filmed on a Canon handheld thing, and the sound was off, and I was like, I can't do this. I wanted to, but I was like, I can't. The other thing, and it will come back to more casino movies, but I tried to start watching Sopranos.
And
I never watched it in my life.
It's amazing.
I don't know if it is.
my god!
Is it too slow? Too slow for you?
I think it's maybe I think I have to like really push myself through half of
To pay
season
attention.
one.
Yeah. It
'Cause
picks up and then it'll slow down again and then it picks up again.
Mm-hmm.
That's kind of how it goes.
I was like, dude, God, I seriously was like, this is no. I don't know how anyone falls in love with this.
What do you think of James Gandolfini though in that?
He was thinner than I remember him in season one. So I was like, that doesn't look like him.
Rest
this
in
new one
peace,
I
James.
started watching last night. This has nothing to do with gambling. This was just something to watch. It's called Spencer Confidential.
I saw
It's
that.
a new
That's
Mark
on
Wahlberg
Netflix.
movie.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Is it
on
good?
Netflix.
Well, if
Yeah,
he's in
I
it,
got about
is
halfway
that the
through and I
one
fell
with
asleep.
the singer
Post Malone.
Post Malone.
That guy?
That sounds about right.
Yeah.
Really? That sounded right.
Well, I wasn't trying. I mean, if you really want me to try, we can make it happen.
Yeah, I'm agreeing. Yeah, sounds good to me. Yeah, that's a good. Obviously, Vegas Vacation. If you're gonna throw it off a little bit, and then
They have Rain Man. And
Rain Man's there. The Cooler. I remember that.
The Cooler is good.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, there's a bunch. Gosh.
I could watch Rounders again easily.
Rounder.
though.
I'm watching it tonight. Now that's in my head. It's gonna happen.
There's just something about that. The beginning, the
Ooh.
opening.
Indecent Proposal.
Oh yeah.
$1 million
That's not
to
too
sleep
much
with
to
your
me.
wife. Now with inflation, it'd be like $5 million.
What is it? How does it beginning? Just at the beginning, the rule at the table is if you can't spot the sucker within the first 10 seconds, you are the sucker.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm like, that's great.
You got a hanger, Sarge.
Like that's a really
Hanger.
good. That's a
What do you mean
good
he's a hanger?
beginning.
He's
That's
base
about as
dealing.
good as Rocky 3. The scroll at the beginning of Rocky 3. I always enjoyed
21's
that.
a good
Kept
one
me
too.
Really excited.
Yeah, 21's good.
21 is good. I'm looking at him right here.
Well,
Casino
Casino's a good
Royale.
one. I always think about that. I always think of David Spade's Hollywood Minute on SNL Weekend Update. When he said,
Casino?
Casino.
Casino?
And
Liked
it was-
a little bit better the first time when it was called Goodfellas.
Goodfellas, yeah.
I'm going to steal your thunder there. But
No,
yeah,
that's all right. No, that's what every time I think of that.
If you can rattle that off, it's really funny the way you did that.
But yeah, I mean, we got to find things to entertain. And I like your, Bomber, I like your idea of having kids. I'm going to have a list of things I'm going to with my kid and
I
then
have
do
to,
online
too.
gambling Facebook-wise.
Well, and then like an hour of chores or something just to get him out of my face.
And be like, all right, Ben's doing the entire 4 races of
Over, under.
on Mario Kart. He's doing the whatever wildfire like circuit. How do you think he's gonna end up? Is he gonna be at plus 38 points
Go
and
to
win
the
the whole thing
dollar
or
store
not.
today and get prizes
Yeah.
for who wins. There's got to be some kind of payout.
Just do it. Start running. You don't go to Instagram
I'll
because you can do a
bet on it.
countdown. Be like, tonight at 8 o'clock, I'm live viewing Bet on Mario Kart.
Premium
Yeah,
channel.
tell you what, I'm taking all the action you can get. Venmo your account here. I'm going to start you guys your own thing.
Mario.
Jake, stick around after the show because you can let me know how to do this
There
stuff.
we go. Bring your equipment home.
Yeah.
You're gonna need it to get a live
I don't
stream.
know. I think it's illegal if you put it on Facebook Live. If you keep it hush hush and call it something else.
How do would you say?
I
What
don't
we call them hassle dollars?
I'm going to teach my kids how to play poker, blackjack. I mean, this is going to be a great quarantine. I'm going to take all their
I'm
allowance.
definitely teaching them to play blackjack
Yes.
and poker.
It's easy. Come on, you can add a 21 Cooper. You can play blackjack.
Yeah.
Man.
Well, that's
do it.
Well, I think I was when I was their
playing
age.
at every Christmas party my whole life.
Well,
5, 6, 7, 8 years
All
old.
right, things like this. If you do that, but make sure they lose.
They are gonna lose. I don't let my kids win anything
because
that's not the real world, son.
Well, get to the point where one time I played cards with my now wife when we were dating, and I think we were just playing like gin rummy, and she goes, I've never lost in this game before. And I said, because your parents let you win.
She's an only child.
I was like, yes, they did. Like 100% they did. Like
she's an only child. That's what
you mean
happens.
You've never lost in this before.
No way. No, you don't let your kids win anything.
But yeah, I think I'm going to come up with listening. Little do they know, my kids I'm doing it for my own enjoyment.
I can't wait to see this.
He's going to be all about. There's going to be a Mario Kart. Oh, and then we've got another thing on the Switch where it's you can play Trivial Pursuit or Monopoly or Risk
On your game.
Yeah.
We have Monopoly on. I think it's PS4.
Okay.
That's fun.
Yeah.
They love it. And then we got Dance Dance Revolution contest too. You can do.
I love it.
Yeah,
Gamble
all
on
these
that.
things. I mean, utilize all the virtual stuff
You could have
we
like
have.
an Olympics and add them all up.
Yes.
Yeah, there you go.
I like your.
I need to go home and take inventory of all the
bracket.
games he has and be like, all right, here's what we're doing this day, and just like make a whole.
Maybe
like,
we can sync up and we can do a contest.
There
Our
you
kids,
go.
my kids versus your kids.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Then be like, all right, set lines and
We
everything
can do it
else.
like you said, like an Olympics, and then other
Yeah.
kids play like a bracket. We can make a bracket.
Yeah, well, I can tell you what, you guys can Venmo and start your hassle dollars right now, and you guys can do
I am
it.
so
For
down
the record,
for
Elite
this.
Sportsbook does not
does
does not support gambling
I gotta
children.
go buy my kids some silk robes and some mouthpieces to make this more realistic.
No, I love it. Again, you got to find things. One, you got to try to find your smile, and you got to find things to pass the time.
Absolutely.
Like I said, it'd never be a better time to. I really did believe on Monday I was going to have maybe a half a dozen Facebook Messenger being like, I'm just going to start a podcast. Can I come in the studio? Like I really thought. I mean, there's some people out there like our guys at the QC Times, like Cossin and Metcalf. They need to be doing something right now. They should be doing a podcast.
Yeah.
Talking about some things that local games or just come up with an idea. I'm really surprised.
Yeah.
Because
Well, it might still come.
Yeah, we need if there's one thing that we need entertainment, and they're taking, and we know how everything goes. Usually escape, and not always is it right. And I'm not saying that booze should be your escape, or but some people it's movies and whatever else, and we're talking about Netflix and we're talking about gambling, but they're taking away the theaters, they're taking away the booze. And so for some people, some people that are introverts, they like to stay at home and Facebook and see what people are doing. There are other people that still really like being out around people, and they thrive on that, and they get it's that that FOMO. And people are gonna have
I think
that.
it's people with kids because like, what do I do to keep my kids entertained and let them have a good time? Is I take them to the trampoline park, or I take them to Skate City, or I take them bowling, and all of those places are shut down now. So what am I supposed to do to keep my kids happy and occupied? You feel like a failure because you're their parent and you can't entertain them enough, especially if we're gonna be locked in for a month. So it's gonna be a little rough for the parents. I feel bad for the parents, not the kids.
I am telling you this though, and so I'm giving you some advice. Don't feel like you're letting down the kids if you're not entertaining them 24/7.
No.
I'm going to let everybody in on a secret that they already know. your parents didn't do that for you.
Absolutely not. No, and I agree.
Yeah,
and you shouldn't.
what'd you do on a rainy day? Did I have my iPad to play my games with? Did I have my Wii? Did
But
I
we
have
had
my
Nintendo.
64? No, I sat in the window and looked outside at the rain.
played
It was
Contra.
Like,
Yeah, I
this
made it
sucks.
all the way to level 8, World 8-4, lost in Super Mario, and had to go back because it didn't just start over at that spot.
No,
when I ran out of
I was
lives.
just about to beat Mario 3. My sister unplugged the game.
Yeah, except for if it was a Contra, then I got 30 lives, and it was perfect. I
Yes,
loved it.
up,
Yeah.
up, down, down, left, right, left,
Yeah.
right, BA, select, start. What's up?
Oh,
So-
2-player, huh?
Yeah.
All right, look at you go.
And then
100%.
and I did this, like, you know, you can get the older games for
Those
like
are the
the
best.
Switch, and then I started playing Zelda, and I was like, how did I figure this out when I was 12?
I hate Zelda.
It's like a
I'm
giant
in,
puzzle.
Yeah, I'm in this lost world in the
Go around in
woods right now.
circles
I'm
for
never
3
coming
times.
out. Like,
Because your brain isn't tainted with reality yet.
I know. All right, we got to take a quick break. We come back. We have Jake from Elite Sportsbook in here, laughing, trying to come up with things to do, and just to share stories. Because I mean, again, I hope this is the end of things that are just being shut out of our lives. I really do.
Word.
And if there are sports out there that you can think to bet on, let us know.
I will set up. Until they tell me I can't do it anymore, we should go out and play pickleball
There you
at
go.
the park. We can do that outside. You don't have to
Bags.
play it inside.
I have a bag set that
play
travels.
bags.
6 feet away from
We
each
just
other.
can't do
with
that at
right?
yeah. We can't do that at Pints. We'll just have to take the bags board somewhere.
Yeah. We should do that. They can't tell us we can't go into public. Who's that? Ron, who's that comedian?
Ron White.
In public.
Yeah. I was drunk in a bar. They threw me into public.
That's right.
Are you Ron Tater Salad White? You caught me. You caught the tater.
They extinguished theirs. We put in an express lane.
That's good.
I've never heard that one, but
We
I
talking
feel
about
like
the
I
death
have now,
penalty,
so I
the
don't
death
need to
penalty in
listen to it.
Texas. You guys got rid of yours. We put in an express lane.
All right, let's take a break. We'll be right back. Don't Hassle Us Local here on ESPN 1170 AM in the Hassle Castle, brought to you by Dunright TV and Security.
This is Matt Koss of the Quad City Times, and you are listening to Don't Hassle Us, We're Local.
ESPN 1170 AM.
At Crawford Company, we specialize in plumbing, heating, and air conditioning. Sports, on the other hand?
Hey, Crawford guy, go long!
No, I can't.
Here comes the pitch to Crawford guy. Strike 3.
Come on, Crawford guy, take the shot!
Sports may not be our specialty, but home comfort is. Crawford Company, plumbing and drain cleaning, heating and air conditioning.
See, very intrigued by the Dan Le Batard Show on ESPN Radio.
I think steak is one of the most overrated foods. When people say, what's the meal you want, the best meal you can have, people say a good ribeye, a good New York strip, and I just think that those are overrated. And I'm always going to go maybe some seafood, some nice chicken dish. I just prefer that stuff over the steak.
I firmly disagree with that assessment.
I think most people would.
The most overrated food is lobster. It's the cockroach of the sea. That's right, I said it.
These are shocking
Yeah,
things.
this-
All right, put it on the poll, Guillermo. Is steak overrated? Is lobster overrated? Do you eat the fat? Because Stugatz is saying the fat is the best thing. I don't think a lot of people think the fat is the best thing. Do they?
It's so good. Like, you ever just grill a ribeye, and at the very end on the edges, there's that fatty part of it.
Oh,
it is
God.
Right in the garbage.
right off the
Right
in
in
the
the
garbage.
garbage.
I'm gonna throw you in the garbage. What's the matter with you?
The Dan Le Batard Show, 9 till noon on the Quad City Sports Leader, ESPN 1170 AM.
Hey there, Quad Cities. It's Allison.
And I'm Scott, and we're your online marketing consultants from Town Square Interactive.
When you build your website with TSI, you'll work with digital marketing specialists like us, who are committed to getting you found online, attract customers, and grow your business.
At Town Square Interactive, we think your business deserves a personal touch when it comes to marketing. We work locally and partner with some of the top radio stations like the one you're listening to now. It's how we take your business to the next level.
Call us today at 563-326-2541, and we'll show you how to build a website, get found online, and bring in that business you want and need. Or you can check us out online at townsquarequadcities.com.
Again, that's 563-326-2541 or online at townsquarequadcities.com.
Build your brand, impress your customers, and make sure the people who need your products and services can find you.
And let us help you with Town Square Interactive.
No word in the English language is less convincing than probably.
Are you sure we should get matching tattoos on our first date?
Sure. We'll probably stay together.
Probably?
It's been 23 minutes since I ate. I can probably swim.
You should wait 30 minutes.
Okay, now tell me what to do. Cannonball! Cramp! Oh, I have a cramp.
I can probably hit the green from here.
Probably.
Can I get a mulligan?
Ready to go?
Hey, are you sure you're okay to drive?
Yeah, I'm pretty sober. Yeah, I'm probably okay.
Probably okay isn't okay, especially when it comes to drinking and driving. If you're drinking, call a cab, a car, or a friend. Buzzed driving is drunk driving. A message brought to you by NHTSA and the Ad Council.
Make your next new or used purchase a slam dunk at Sexton Ford. With a huge selection of new Ford cars and trucks, you'll have the full court press advantage each and every time. You'll be treated like a star from sales to service, auto body to parts. Sexton also has a strong bench of mildly used vehicles too. Why wait? The game's on at Sexton Ford in Moline.
Oh yeah, Sexton Ford is the talk of the town.
Wake up with Golick and Wingo. Drive home with Spain and Company. The Quad City sports leader is ESPN 1170 AM.
Welcome back to ESPN 1170. You're listening to Don't Hassle Us, we're local here in the Hassle Castle, brought to you by Done Right TV and Security Solutions. We're in here till they tell us we can't be. Who knows?
Hi.
Hello. Who
Hey.
knows what's going on and what's next? But it's been a weird day. It's been a weird week.
So weird.
You know, it started,
And
the
it
domino
just
started to fall
started.
last Wednesday, and now we're on Tuesday.
It's crazy. We were going over XFL lines on Tuesday, and
Yeah.
a week later, there's no
Dude.
sports to gamble on at all. So
It's so weird.
I know. So congratulations to the Houston Roughnecks for winning the 2020 XFL season.
You had a pretty good record.
Yeah, it was
calling
15
the
and
shots.
5. 50, I'll
You
tell you
did
that.
it!
Yeah, look
You
at that.
did it!
I had a good thing going, and then now it'll be me gambling on my son's Mario Kart.
Versus my kids.
Yeah, exactly. I just
Gamers
saw.
are probably excited.
You would think.
Oh, God.
They're trying. I know they're trying to come up with something, but they haven't. You can do like a DraftKings.
They're going to do something big.
I don't know. You can do your DraftKings on esports, but I don't know. Like, I can't go. I can't do a DraftKings over. Just hear me out here, real quick. If you go to, because when you do a DraftKings like football thing, you can do player like the lobby is esports. So classic. There you make a 7-player lineup. I'll stay in 50,000. We'll just go into this because I can't tell you these things because I can't pick between Loken or Yagu or Maple or Light or this guy's name is Knight or Photic, Zika. There's a mole.
Definitely not Zika.
Karsa, iBoy.
Bad-
like I
bad
can't.
name.
Fofo. That's that guy's. I mean Foster.
Maybe he likes Arby's fo.
Yeah, so I don't know where I got to do. I got to do some research, I guess, in all this. So Zoom.
YouTube's the best place.
Oh, really?
Yeah, you can watch them
What do
play.
we do when they shut down the internet, though?
Yeah, there'll be
Craziness.
riots in the streets.
What do we do?
6 feet apart.
Yeah, they can't shut down the internet.
They're talking about it.
What?
You guys are
Says
laughing right now, but
who?
everybody said they're not going to shut down restaurants and
No, I
bars
never said.
either.
I never said that. I said the exact opposite. I said
Oh
it
my
will
God.
happen, and it did.
All right, okay,
all right.
They
Real
might
quick.
shut down. They're talking about shutting down like certain social media servers, not the internet.
Why?
Real
though?
quick, though,
They don't want
real
us
quick.
to talk to each other.
If you didn't have that, or whatever else, you couldn't stream. I think you've got a lot of rounders there. What movie do you think you could reenact for your family if you could only do one? Do you think you could do pretty well, almost like scene for scene, word for word? They'd get the gist of it.
Pretty Woman.
You could?
Hands
That's a
down.
solid pick. Man, that's better than mine.
Hands down. It's one of my
The
favorites.
program, Jay. That's a
good one.
I still know so many lines of that movie. And Rounders too, man. I could spout off, like I said. I mentioned this before, but all of John Malkovich's lines to go back with his Teddy KGB. He's just got.
I never treated you like a prostitute. You just did.
It's a good movie.
This is a great
I said,
movie.
I got another
This
one.
ain't a
It was like a
buffet,
year ago. I
kid.
said that movie stands up to this time. It still does.
I say that line right there. It's not a buffet kit at least once a week.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh yeah.
So-
Or
a lot of good
don't
ones.
tell mom
Some
the
kid
babysitter's dead.
reaches-
Okay.
Oh.
I could do that
Oh,
one
yeah?
too. I'm right on top of that, Rose.
Yeah, see,
I say that once a week.
Was I a bet?
You?
Was I an
I don't know.
effing
I'm
bet?
trying to
How about
think
that one?
here.
You got that one? She's all that.
I'm gonna have to pass and think about this.
Jaybird.
That's a good one. She's all that. I
one,
like
though.
that one too.
Hang on, I gotta go. They're playing my song.
Yeah.
Give it to me, baby.
Yeah.
Yeah. I could do Grease pretty good, pretty well. That's why I said yours is better. when Pretty Woman's is a solid one.
Oh, it's
All
one of
those
my
are good.
favorites.
All right. Well, again, we'll be back tomorrow. Stocking's going to be in the Hassel Castle. I'm going to reach out to Fields of Pizza, see what we can do there for those guys that think that.
Eating
Anybody else that
contest.
needs to get on the air, talk about their place and their curbside or their delivery, get a hold of us on social media. Don't hassle us, we're local. Y'all have a hassle-free Tuesday. We'll see you tomorrow. As
Happy
long as they'll
quarantine.
have us. If not, we're getting the Sling Studio.
From the
piece of
Sheedy
chicken grease.
Family Chiropractic Studios, this is the Quad City Sports Leader, ESPN 1170 AM, KPOB, Davenport.